Hello and welcome to Legion of Creators, episode 48, February 3rd, 2026. We got a few subjects we're going to talk about. We're going to save the TV shows that have just come out for the end, like Fallout Season 2, Episode 7, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 3. Both been pretty good shows, though. Stick around to the end to catch that. Don't want to spoil people. We got some Marvel talks. We've got some Star Wars talks, just the regular 1-2 on a few different subjects. And we'll make our way through today. Oh, Wonder Man.
I can't wait to talk about Wonder Man. I'm so excited.
We'll also talk all about it.
Wonder
And without further ado, here's our intro, and we'll get to it. Legion of Creators.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
What's going on?
What is going on? How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great. I was gonna say at the beginning of the show, it was a missed opportunity when you said hello to everyone, but you didn't say hello there after you've been watching so much Star Wars. I was a little disappointed.
Hello there. I should have started that way. I was like, damn.
Yeah. You should have done it, man. It would have been great.
Fake fan.
Would have been great. Fake fan.
I'll be saying that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the true Star Wars fan, anyways? Is it the guy with the name Luke? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. Joe
I think you got hit
quite
with a
bit.
coconut too many times on that island over there, buddy.
The green milk, man. It's a big upgrade from the blue milk. So,
Oh my god.
yeah. So, what have you guys actually been watching or playing the last week?
I have watched, of course, Wonder Man, which we'll be talking about. Fallout, Knights of Seven Kingdoms, Bridgerton came out. I remember that was that used to be such a big show, and now I feel like it's died down a little bit, especially compared to all the other shows that are happening. Watching you guys in the snow walking back. Oh gosh, good luck on the walk, Retro. Don't fall into the
Stay
snow
warm.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, stay warm, Chris.
Of course, some Watchmen. Also reading some comics as well. And of course, playing Marvel Rivals. Typically.
Marvel.
That's what I've just been up to.
How about you, Joe?
Well, as you know, I've been playing Marvel Rivals. I just hit Platinum 3 yesterday, so that's I've been pretty hyped. I was pretty happy about that. So I was sick. I've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdom. I've been watching Fallout. I've been watching Wonder Man. I watched a little bit of just kind of. I have my girlfriend over right now, so I've kind of just kind of chilling out. I watched casual TV, so I watched some Kim Possible and stuff. Just kind of hung out, just chill, made dinner and stuff. But tonight I will be watching what's it called? Final Destination Bloodlines, and I'll be watching The Rip for my first time. So expect those reviews to drop later tonight. So that will be cool.
Also,
I'm amped.
The Fallout finale is tonight at 9 my time. So
damn, I'm gonna have to watch it tonight too. Okay, dang.
Oh yeah.
A lot of shows. Oh, I've also been a little bit trying to get back into Andor. I've only watched like one episode, but trying to get back into that show.
You're gonna try and get back to Andor? That's fun.
It's not Andor. Don't call it that. It's Andor.
I just love to tease it. I know it's actually good.
It's a good show.
I just think it's fun to tease people.
I just want to finish the show so I could rewatch Rogue One, as that's one of my favorite Star Wars movies, personally. So
Rogue One is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to watch Rogue One. I haven't seen it. Not a real fan. I haven't seen Solo, Star Wars Story. I'm meaning to watch it. I'm finally watching the Clone Wars. Started that up. It's been good. It's been good. I'm waiting for it to really like kind of really get good because I hear so much
Yeah.
about it in the later seasons. But I'm still enjoying it to the point where I downloaded the old PS2 Clone Wars Republic Heroes game. Started playing that, and that's been a throwback to just a different age of what games were like when I was growing up. And they downloaded the Lego Clone Wars game, the Lego Skywalker Saga game, every freaking Star Wars game I can. I've like dived back into Star Wars, so it's
That's
been
sick,
fun.
man.
Yeah, I'll watch Andor, not Andor. It's Andor.
Yeah, no, I know. I just like to tease. No,
No,
that's
I
on my
know.
list too. It's on my list to finish that show too. I had to step away for personal reasons, but it's okay. I'll get back to it.
I got it.
Um,
It's all
but no,
good.
it's good that that you're doing that kind of. That sounds fun. And Luke's been doing Clone Wars. So Luke, what's your favorite arc you watched?
So far, I don't know. I really like the whole Ion canon arc.
Also, the whole
But
thing with Malevolence. Yeah,
yeah, no,
Malevolence
I
is
like
pretty
that.
good.
Even though I do like the clones quite a bit, I have to say that. But like, because I've done it in the actual chronological order that is like on
Yeah,
the Star Wars website, which is cool because it gives you a background on some characters before the first episode actually starts, and you already know quite a bit. You already know Ventress. You already been introduced to her. You already know the King of Takodana, right? Like,
yeah,
uh, I'm learning. It's fun. It's fun because like I've always known Star Wars, but I've never done the true dive into it. And the last few episodes are actually what inspired me to do this. I'm not gonna lie, because like you and Chris the Fourth, Joe, and I know already know kind of knows a bunch about Star Wars, but you guys are like just getting into it big time.
yeah,
And I'm like, I just don't know so much about it. Like I know about the original trilogy and stuff around that, and that's what I've always loved, but I've never really dove into the lore of everything, whether it's, the prequels or the real expanded universe stuff. And I started reading a little bit. I haven't got far at all. I'm still in like the Tales of the Jedi, like very first, the Golden Age of the Sith, uh, I think is what it's called. And then it's the Fall of the Sith, right?
yep.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's interesting. Uh,
I don't-
what is it like? Jav and Gory. Uh, somebody like yeah, they're like traveling around and then they land on a Sith planet. It's cool. But yeah, I'm just going off into nothing now. It's just rambling the Star Wars forever. Joe, what do you have for news, man?
So I actually got something. So first of all, one thing we got to talk about is, so even though it's been long and delayed, and there been long issues with it because the guys have been so busy, we just got the Henry Cavill first look for the Highlander movie they've been working on. And I really like I like the look. I think it looks like they're gonna do it justice. They're saying it's gonna, you got the guys doing John Wick, so it looks good. Henry Cavill looks like he's ready to have some fun, swinging a sword, doing martial arts. Looks like there's some cool motorcycle stunts going on. They're doing a lot of filming for it. So
When
I got
is
that. That's pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Uh, you need to watch Clone Wars before Maul. Yeah, he's working on it, Retro. He's
I
working on
am,
it.
and I'm gonna watch Rebels. I'm gonna watch everything, bro. I'm gonna watch everything.
Just please, for the love of God, and I mean this in the nicest way ever, don't watch Resistance. Don't do it.
Resistance? Oh, is that a
Yes.
cartoon?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's after Rebels, but it's not really important to the
It's
lore.
sequel era.
I'm
Don't
still gonna
watch
watch
it.
it all
Don't watch it. Don't do it.
I
though.
never actually sat down and watched Resistance, so I really can't say what it is, but you check it out for yourself and see. That's all
I
you
seen
gotta
it. I
do.
couldn't finish it, man. It's like Anakin from Revenge of the Sith when Obi-Wan finds out about what Anakin did to the Jedi in the temple. I can't watch anymore. Like I literally wanted to turn the dial off and go, I can't do it. It was too It was too horrifying.
I just couldn't do it. I know, isn't BB-8 in the show? I swear he's on the
Yes.
thumbnail.
Yeah, I
It's
think so.
Liz
Actually, I
in the
kind of
show
remember this
too.
now.
Liz in the show. There's kind of a Kylo Ren appearance at some point, but
What?
yeah,
No one talks about Resistance, and it's just so funny to me.
for good reason.
I might. I missed Retro Lad's comment. I just wanted to say, like, I might actually download Spiking Zero and play it again. We'll see. New DLC, why not? I own the game, but I don't know.
He
We'll
said,
see.
"Why not? We
Sorry,
might
were
as
you about
well."
to say something, Ken? Star
No.
Wars.
No, I finished my thought.
And I don't know, like even sometimes the sequels and the sequel era still has good stuff. Like it's not all horrible,
Yeah.
right?
There was potential. It was just
Some of
squandered.
it is really, really bad. I'm not denying that. Like somehow Palpatine returned. Like it's like
They fly now.
yeah, no, there's some bad. They fly now.
They fly now.
Yeah, there's some really bad scenes and stuff. So what are you gonna do? Bad character development and choices, like, but yeah, we all know.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully
We all
they'll
know.
start to change now that the company itself is starting to change. Now that Disney's kind of cleaning house with their leadership. Did you guys read the new article about what was officially announced yesterday?
No, what?
Bob Iger gone. He gone. His
Oh.
replacement has been named. He gone.
No.
Shit. Oh, I was gonna ask you what the release date is for Highlander. Do you know?
I don't know what the release date is. I have to look it up. Because
Um,
it was supposed to happen. Like they were supposed to have it done when Ballerina was coming out, and then Henry Cavill got injured, and then the guy that was making Ballerina didn't know what the fuck he was doing with action scenes. So then
There has been no official release date.
yeah,
But
I
it's
think they're early into
targeting
film.
it's targeting a 2027 or a 2028 theatrical window.
Yes, because there can only be one, and then that is how it goes.
have you seen Highlander, Kenna? Because I have not.
No.
What? You guys haven't seen
Yeah.
Highlander?
No.
Gonna have to catch up on that one.
Have to rewatch it before the new one comes out.
Fake fans. Fake fans.
Isn't there like sequels as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a TV show as well.
Oh, really? Didn't
Yeah.
know that. Huh.
How dare you not watch
I got all
Highlander?
these things to catch up on.
Yeah. Oh, does
Didn't you have
Christoph
some?
spoken?
What other news do you have, Joe? I know you got some
So
other
I got
stuff.
another one for you guys. Apparently, the Direct, one of the most reliable insiders, says that they've been showing early cuts to insiders of Doomsday, and apparently, according to insider belief, so far, they seem to like it, and they say it is not only one of the most epic Avengers movies that there's ever been, but a lot of big people like John Campion and stuff have heard from their sources that there's the opening sequence of the movie, they say eclipses two of the biggest superhero movies of all time. Like, I mean, they might just be making hype for smoke and mirrors, but they're definitely getting word out. They're definitely a lot of big scoopers that I know personally are like kind of hyping it up, and they said some pretty cool shit. And I had a list of rumors of things that I was like, wow, if this is true, this is gonna be crazy. Like I heard about Robbie Reyes might be in it from Agents of Shield. I heard that supposedly Doom might fight Ultron, which I don't know how that's gonna work. So I was like, that's gonna be interesting if that ends up being true.
I've
I
always
guess
wanted to see Ultron come back.
yeah, of course. Apparently, Mr. McKillen himself needs to start shutting his mouth because I guess he decided to start saying on a live interview that I guess the X-Men Earth, their version of New Jersey, gets tanked by Magneto at some point. So
I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, so that's
it's all
kind
over
of
the
cool.
place.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff going on right now. Pretty interesting stuff. Liking what I'm hearing. I was surprised with the Direct thing because I was like, oh, the Direct's pretty reliable. And of course, it was funny watching John Campion's name be attached to it. Like Campion's like on like the meter of like people either really don't like him or they do like him, and it's just kind of interesting. And then there's the whole thing this week about the whole, one of our buddies used to do our podcast with us guys, King Spike. he's become a pretty reliable Marvel scooper, and a pretty big YouTuber took a shot at him, and Spike was like, you gonna come for the king, you better not miss." And he showed him up for sure. If you guys don't know Den of Nerds or Den of $500, whatever you want to call him these days, he's got too many nicknames for being just a hypocrite and the worst. And he was saying that he don't ever want to hear anything about King Spike ever again. Don't do fake scooper, all these type nonsense. And then Spike went on Twitter and on YouTube and put the man on blast and went, "You don't even know, you don't know me, Joshy boy." It was entertaining. And I think it was more funny that it was someone that we actually personally knew, but it wasn't just I read some article. The fact that it's like our co-host decided to go after the person who claims to hold the crown of nerds, which I think is interesting. So, but
Yeah,
Joshy Boy's a fake fan, so it's good to see him
I
get justice served.
I would love to see Spike come back on sometime. I've
I
been
want
meaning to
Spike
try
back.
to.
Oh, I have one other thing. So on that Doomsday promotional stuff about the direct article, right? On
Mhm.
Amazon, on the Amazon website now, you guys can buy your first official Doomsday merch. There is a new T-shirt of Doom where it looks like one of the iterations of the comics with his face, and you can see his eyes, and just like it looks in a really cool comic book pose. And so yeah, you can customize the colors. Get yourself some Doom merch.
That's cool.
As the Russos said, Doomsday has begun. So 2026 ready to bring it. So yeah, pretty cool
Cool.
stuff. Direct stuff's cool. They released some new posters. I know we like to talk about anime on here. They released some new posters for One Piece season 2 today, and they look pretty close to the manga, like the covers for certain characters. So they're character posters, but with like the background of the manga, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So
Do you know when season 2 is supposed to come out?
I thought March or April, but I gotta double check. I know it's soon. I know it's soon for
I'm
sure.
just checking real quick. It's
They're
March 10th.
ramping up promotion, so it could be anytime soon.
Yeah, March 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
A
have to
month
watch
away.
that. I only ever watched like the first episode of season 1, but I've
Oh,
watched
it's
a ton
good.
of the anime. Now, will you watch that, Kenna?
Will I watch the live action One Piece? No.
So,
Fake anime
hold on.
fan.
You got to
Fake
tell everybody
fan.
how you feel about One Piece.
The reason why I don't want to watch One Piece is really nothing against One Piece as a show. I don't really have anything super negative to say about it. It's just that I'm not interested. I am just not interested in the premise of the story. I'm not interested in Luffy as a main character. And the whole it's 1,000 episode thing does play a part into it because I would rather much be catching up on other shows instead of putting all my energy in One Piece. But again, I can handle long period of things in a show, but it's just One Piece is just not the kind of anime for me.
I will be
And
right back.
also, okay, and also for the live action thing, there are some live action adaptations that I do like, but I am mostly on the side is that I would rather keep it animated and not see it be done in live action. But that's just me personally. So
We gotta love capitalism. We gotta make money when we can make money.
yeah, that's how it works. I know. I mean, I will say it is good for the live action One Piece to bring in new fans who never watched the original anime or too scared to start it, but then they see this first season of the live
Yeah.
action. But again, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really not into pirates too. I mean, I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but I just don't, pirates aren't my biggest genre that I'm super into out of all the
They're
other
not
things.
interesting for you. They're not interesting for you.
I wouldn't say. I just think they're just not my favorite thing. I will definitely sit down and watch something about pirates. I don't
Yeah,
hate pirate things. It's
that's
just not
good.
my favorite. It's just not my favorite. That's all. I'd much rather watch, yeah, just different animes. I'm more of a horror side, fantasy, or shonen. Well, One Piece is shonen. I don't know. More of a Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of person
No,
when it
I,
comes to anime.
I hear you. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
So my question is, and I'm sure Luke will be back in a minute.
Mhm.
So I got a little email earlier, and they told me that this new trailer for this Stranger Things prequel, they told me it's gonna be peak. So I gotta hear all your thoughts.
So I have yet to actually watch the full trailer. I just keep seeing clips reposted. It does not look good. I'm sure it'll be fun and be good for the super hardcore fans, but I'm not into it. It looks like the animation style looks like a low budget version of Arcane animation style. And like, they got new voice actors because obviously the original cast is not gonna come back because they're done with Stranger Things, but it just looks so blah. It just looks so meh. And especially this is the one clip that I saw that really turned me off. It's Steve Harrington and he's talking to another girl. And the girl's like, I've always had a crush on you. And he's like, I've always had a crush on you too, Nancy. I mean Natalie. And it's like, I'm sick of the Stancy. Sick of the Stancy. Sick. Like I'm not. I know that it's a prequel, but I'm just done with the whole Steve. I'm still just over the whole Steve. So trying so hard to get back with Nancy or still thinking about her. So I'm just not into it. Yeah.
No, I
That's
didn't
from
know.
that's from our resident Stranger Things fan.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
not
got
gonna lie.
all
When you
things
mentioned,
Stranger Things. She's got the scoops on Stranger on Stranger
I
Things.
mean,
Yeah, she's the big
if
one.
you
She's
really want to see who's got the scoop on Stranger Things, you guys really got to go to Jake the Cake because he's got the
Jake the,
cake
yeah, he's
ready to
more of a
deliver.
Stranger Things fan than I
Jake the
am.
Snake, 7171, or Jake the Cake, or Doctor Strangerverse. He's
Yeah,
been
He goes by many names.
he does. He's a man of many names.
man of many names.
I have to check him out. But don't you have
Yeah.
more
So
news, Joe? I think you have
um,
more news. You're just like full of news.
Hey,
I usually went full. Oh yeah, we got to talk about. So as you guys know, at the end of the stream, we'll be talking about our Game of Thrones show as well as
Oh,
Fallout. But the cool news is, before we get to that, I have some Game of Thrones news to share with you. So we have two Game of Thrones updates. So number one, we'll get the bigger one out of the way first. So apparently the showrunner of A Night in the Seven Kingdom, because Luke, Ken, and I were talking about this in the last couple of shows, that apparently this is not a one-off. This Night in the Seven Kingdom. Apparently we're gonna carry into some story with our good friend Egg. So we'll have to see what happens, but I'm excited to see that these spin-offs are turning out quite interesting. And they got more time to tell more
right,
stories in Westeros.
right.
So
Which is
that's gonna
cool.
be fun.
I'm not the biggest on House of Dragon. I didn't really watch season 2 though. I'm
I
gonna
heard
do a big
season two. I heard
rewatch
a
of
lot of
that.
people they weren't crazy about season two, but they think season three will be better, from what I understand. Um,
Yeah.
but to be honest, from what I've seen of House of the Dragon, I think I've seen a bit of season one, a couple episodes of season two. I didn't finish season two yet. I'm doing this whole spread where once we get close to Supergirl, we're just gonna be talking nonstop about Millie Alcock on this show, guys. And so I'll be watching a lot of her projects and mostly House of the Dragons. I don't know what else she's done, but
Well, she's only in House of the Dragon for a little bit,
right.
actually.
Right, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So anyway, yeah. So it looks like we're getting more Game of Thrones stuff. That's great. But then we had a shocking development, guys. Apparently, on the Game of Thrones spectrum, I hope I don't butcher his name, but we'll just say the creators, what he's known for, not his actual name. You guys will know who I'm talking about. But so I had a fun little conversation on Twitter the other day. I've been doing a lot more as a YouTuber, interacting with my community on Twitter and just different stuff, X, whatever you want to call it. And somebody decided to share a little article that the guy that did the Micro Clone Wars series, Primal, which I know Luke is a fan of, and Samurai Jack, is working on some animated Game of Thrones project. And I tweeted it out, being like, okay, requoting it and everything. This is gonna be peak, and I got a lot of good responses on it, and so yeah, I think this is pretty cool. This is a good creative. He's got good animated work, and I don't know what story he's telling. I forgot what the article said, but I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah. No, I have
What's
good faith in that.
What's really a big bummer about this, though, is that this is the guy that was supposed to, before Dave Filoni, this is the guy that was supposed to take Kathleen Kennedy's place at Lucasfilm because everyone loved the Micro Clone Wars series, and now I guess he's doing Game of Thrones instead. Got a better offer, I guess.
I mean, he could
Hey.
always go back to do a Star Wars thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I
if he
think he's
goes
True.
back,
free.
then he's gonna have to answer for Filoni though. If he goes back,
Well, I don't think so.
he'll be
I think
he'll be have to under those Woody boots. He'll have to be sitting under the cowboy boots, just like
Well, I can see him doing just a one special
he could come
thing,
back
and
into
then
a one and
dipping.
done. I'd like another
Yeah.
animated project for him.
Mhm.
But yeah,
It
I'm
would be
excited.
cool if Star Wars Vision season 4, if they could. I mean, I think season 3 was supposed to be the last season, but I don't know. But it would be cool if he came back to do an episode for a season 4 of Star Wars Visions if they continue to do that.
This is a hot take. I know you love Visions, kind of.
I know
I
you
know
don't
Luke's
really
probably
like it.
good. I'm kind of over Visions, unless you're telling more stories about Ronin characters and interesting stuff.
Isn't Ronan getting his own show? Or
I
there's
think
Is
a
so. Yeah.
is that what they
talk of
said?
I think
development?
I saw that. Yeah.
There's a development of the Ronin character, the ancient Star
Ninth,
Wars
Ninth Jedi. Isn't
Ninth
that what?
Jedi. I don't remember.
It was
He's getting
something
his
like
own
that.
show. I totally get it. Star Wars. My thing is like Star Wars Visions. It's a very much a hit or miss kind of
Right.
show where some episodes are really good and then some episodes are not so good. But I
Right.
do think the really good episodes really make the show worth watching.
That's fair.
So
Sure.
that's why, and also it's
And
like
there's so much
something new.
potential.
Right, exactly. So I really like I enjoy Star Wars Visions for what it is and what
I'll watch
it can
the.
represent.
I'll definitely watch the Ronin stuff that they're doing.
Mhm.
Whatever that project ends up being. I'm kind of sick of the last season with all the girl boss episodes. It's just getting a little
Okay, my
much.
thing, that was like one episode and it was so clearly like a little girl. There's so many other good Star Wars stories with a main character who's a girl or a boy in both Star Wars Visions. Like I remember season 2, there's this story about this girl and she follows like this Sith kind of witch thing and she follows her and like into the dark side. Like it was really cool and it was by an animation studio that made Song of the Sea, I think it's called, which is a really good animated movie. I would recommend to check that out.
But weren't both of those most of those episodes that season like literally a female character shows up and does some stuff and then
Nope.
I'm pretty sure
No.
Luke, back me up on this. You remember
Mhm.
Visions?
I
No.
don't remember it that well.
Mm-mm.
I will be doing a rewatch. I don't even know if I ever
Right.
watched season 2.
You should watch season 2. I think season 2 personally is my favorite out of the 3 seasons. I think season 2 has the better episodes.
Yeah.
I think I only watched season 1, to be honest.
Also, honestly, even though season 3 was kind of a meh, I think the finale of season 3 was really good. I think the last episode's really good, where
Yeah.
it's no dialogue and it's like such crazy beautiful animation. It kind of gets like a little spooky. I'm like, okay, we're leaning towards more of the horror side of Star Wars because it's about stormtroopers and like how war messes you up. Like it's a
I
really
did
good
like the
episode.
finale. I did like the
Yeah.
finale. I'll give you
Mhm.
that. I did like the finale.
I remember that actually. I did watch season 3 because we talked about season 3
We talked about
on this
season 3.
show,
Mhm.
and I think I skipped over season 2, and just like because I watched 1 when it came out, and then I didn't watch it for a long time. I just fell out of Star Wars for. That's why I
Yeah.
haven't seen Solo. That's why I haven't seen Rogue One. Like, there's a
You
ton
just
of stuff
stopped
I haven't
doing
watched.
Star
I never
Wars,
watched
yeah.
the Ahsoka show even. Never watched Rebels. Never watched Clone Wars. There's a ton of things. So.
Mhm.
It's gonna be crazy. You're gonna go
Oh,
like
yeah.
alien deep dive like you did with Alien and Predator into Star Wars now.
Oh yeah, Star Wars time. Why not?
You're a young
I
one
want to do
now.
Star Trek too.
Oh God.
I've never
Star
done the
Trek
Star
was
You
Trek dive.
Reki. You
No, yeah.
Star
So I think that'll be interesting. But yeah, I think it's cool that we're getting back on our main subject. I think it's cool that we're getting a lot more Game of Thrones stuff.
Mhm.
Like we have a couple
Yeah.
games on the rise. There's
Oh yeah.
it's kind of cool.
No, for
I can-
sure.
Yeah.
I'm
kinda
As
into
dig
it.
someone who's just really getting into the Game of Thrones franchise, starting with Night, I'm definitely will be checking out the animated stuff. I think animation and Game of Thrones sounds like something that would mix together really well, especially since it's all dragons.
You know what would be
and
really
knights.
cool, Kenna? You know what I was thinking about when I heard about that announcement?
What?
Imagine they animate it like Castlevania.
Ooh, well, so they could only do that if they were to team up with Powerhouse Studio,
Right,
because
right.
if this is the guy who did Samurai Jack and Primal and many others, it will be in his animation style, so it's recognizable to people.
And I'm fine
So
with that.
I think it's, and honestly, I think his style will really work within the setting of the like medieval times or ancient history. It will
I
kind of,
feel this will much more be in vain with like Samurai Jack than it would be like Micro Clone Wars.
yeah, it will be
Because
like Samurai Jack, or
yeah,
honestly Primal maybe.
yeah,
They
I
could
could
probably a
see
bit.
I think it would
Primal,
be
the
I think it would
brutalness of Primal. You
Right.
know,
I think it would be cool if they actually just adapt to what art used to look like then in that time and have it be animated with
I
certain
agree.
things that are stylized that you can make it recognizable. But no, the animation for Castlevania, really good. Really good, I will say.
yeah, I've watched the first season of Castlevania. That was good.
You gotta watch more. And the
No, it looks
Castlevania
good.
Nocturne spin-off.
Right.
Castlevania is good.
Um.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's a lot of good animated stuff out there. I still need to watch, I believe, season 3 of Vox Machina. I still haven't watched Mighty Nine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta catch up.
But I did just watch season 3 of Invincible.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you ready for
finally.
season
What
four,
do you think?
huh?
Oh yeah,
I am ready for
yeah.
season 4. I thought
Mm-hmm.
season 3 was really good, man. Like,
I'm working
really
on I'm
good.
working on it myself, man. I'm working on myself getting ready for that one. So
Have you watched oh, you haven't finished 3 yet?
no, I finished two. I'm working my way
Okay.
into three.
Yeah, dude, 2, I didn't. Two's good, but 3 is like really good, man. I think they finally touch on something that
I think
like
two got held back a lot because of all the writer strikes and all the other issues that happened in.
I could see that.
Yeah,
It's still good. You know what I mean? But like the overarching plot in 3 is like really, really good and comes together really well for the season
yeah.
in its
Unfortunately, because
entirety.
I waited because I'm connected to so many things, I know a lot of majority of the big things in three because it was talked about by a lot of big people. So
Sure. No, that makes sense.
yeah.
It's still definitely worth a watch. I didn't
Oh,
know
I'll watch
anything.
it.
I maybe had watched the first 1 or 2 episodes before because I was trying to watch it when it came out and I just fell off. And
Yeah, you need
yeah,
to be
it
more
was
deep.
great to binge through the whole thing. I just wanted to watch the next one and the next one. And part of why I really wanted to catch up on Invincible, besides the fact that season 4 is coming out soon, is I also played Dispatch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Dispatch
When's the
was
review
really
coming?
what's that?
When's the review coming on the channel?
Mm-hmm.
Here is your review. Dispatch is amazing. Okay. You need to play it. Any superhero fan is gonna like this game. I actually told my friend about it. I was like, dude, you should play this. And he looked up a trailer, bought the game, and beat it like the same day as me. And I was like, yeah, that was like awesome. I'm like, yeah, it was really it was a well told story, you know? I know, like Kenna, you brought up how the relationship thing and everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get it. Like, if that's
Mm-hmm.
a perspective, you know, that you went into it with and everything. Like, I think it's fine. I think with whatever they do going forward, they probably will expand in those
Mm-hmm.
directions, seeing how people like want it. And
Right, like I
it's
wanted to improve totally.
right, and it's been a thing in their in like Boulder's Gate. You know what I mean? Like, not that
Yeah.
they made that at all, but like they take big inspiration from, I assume, like it's Critical Role. You know what I mean? They're
Mm-hmm.
D&D people, and that's the biggest D&D game. Like, they've all played it. They all made videos about playing it, like Matt Mercer and all those guys like that work on Dispatch as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool to see that flavor come in through a superhero game. And I think the way that they develop the characters is phenomenal. You know, like I really like what they do with the character development and what they do also with just the superpowers in general.
Oh, he's gone.
We lost Luke.
It's okay.
Luke's
He'll
Luke's
be.
been
Oh,
erased.
he's back.
The the character development and the drawbacks that some superpowers have, I think is
Yeah,
very cool. Like
the
something you
weaknesses.
don't, yeah, something you
Mm-hmm.
don't really get to always see. Like, I won't give it away if you haven't played it, but like there's a speedster and him being a speedster affects him in a negative way. On top of being able to go as fast as he can, I won't give away what it is. It's very fast into the game. You'll find out, But I just really like that element to it because I feel that's missing from Marvel and DC in a lot of ways. Where it's like these superheroes are just superheroes, you know what I mean? And like, sure, Marvel tried to like be a more relatable superhero when it first came out because DC was just more like kind of almost godlike or like unachievable feat type stuff where like Spider-Man was a teenager, half of his life, like I guess they kind of did that in DC in some ways, but like that was the whole like gimmick of Marvel when it got started was the more relatable superhero, right? And like I just think this goes there even more so, like in a more modern way, which is nice in a way that Marvel and DC don't necessarily do to this day. So,
and also
hot take.
like to go to go like on the weaknesses of the superhero characters in Dispatch, which I agree because it seems like their weaknesses actually affect them in a big way, while like Superman's weakness is kryptonite. Or it's like an object of some kind that are typically the weaknesses of most superheroes, which only a few can get. While the weaknesses for the heroes in Dispatch, well, it could happen just in an instant for them. It's not something it's not like an object, or it's it can actually affect them in a big way, just like you said with the speedster, or even just minor inconveniences for them, like a water boy. everything,
He's
everything's
always
wet for.
sweating.
He's
He's always
yeah.
he has to like wear rubber clothes and stuff, and his hair is always wet. Like it's funny. Joe, you got to play it. You would definitely enjoy it whenever you have the time and money.
Yeah, I'll find a way to play it eventually.
Yeah, it's on
it's good, man.
PlayStation and PC, so it's
Oh
a game
yeah,
where everybody can play.
it's a
No,
fun
it's
one.
cool that it's getting a second game in the works and maybe an adaptation. That's
Live
really
action
that's really
adaptation
cool.
already is crazy.
That's really cool for Dispatch. It's really awesome. Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us.
It's really no, like that's cool. That's awesome. No, yeah, it's cool. No, it's cool that GTA 6 is probably gonna come out before Wolf Among Us Season 2. No, like like I'm totally okay with that. No, like I'm totally like no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm doing awesome. No, but
Thanks.
seriously, I am excited for the adaptation of Dispatch. I do think that will be really good.
I
Even
wonder if
though
Aaron Paul will be in it.
yeah, I wonder if he'll keep the role as Robert or maybe
Robert Robertson.
Robert Robertson. Do not tell me that is your real name, yeah.
Getting clowned on from the start.
I
uh,
know.
yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Great game. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend Invincible. I think Dispatch also just hits me on a level I really enjoy, maybe more than some of these other superhero stuff, where it really hits that character development, that like the feel, the storytelling, the drama of it all, and mixing superheroes in a very like really good way. That I just really like Dispatch. I thought
It's
it was
also a really good story of like a misfit team in a way, because I feel like
yeah,
some other superhero teams are like we're a bunch of misfits and we're together because we're misfits, and it's like they totally work and they totally are good stories as well. But there's something about Dispatch where it kind of does it in a really natural way, especially since it's more on like the business kind of side of superheroes too. Very like
right.
yeah.
You're a dispatcher, and yeah, you're trying to like
You're
make a
calling the
business
shots for
work
this.
at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I love like the people that call in are like, "Can you get my cat out of a tree?" Because like a bunch of silly ass calls come in like that, and it's like people just calling superheroes to get their cats saved and stuff, or like, "I need help with my groceries." Like, I'm pretty sure someone does that at one point. Yeah, so it was cool. Do you have any more news, Joe? You got any?
I don't think so. I can't think off the top. Like this week was kind of like I mean I guess the big thing is I guess it's not really news because I guess people could have kind of predicted it, but compared to I think this is the in terms of because I always look forward to every year getting excited like for one like with the Super Bowl coming out on Sunday I usually get really excited even if the trailers drop before, I look forward to promotional little teases of the next movies for the year. And like, I gotta say, I think that, and maybe it's because the world we're living in right now, and that's why everything is the way it is. But past Super Bowls have been like giving us good quality like promotion for movies, and this year it just doesn't. Like, they already dropped the Scream 7 ad. I saw it. They're gonna do something with Supergirl at the Puppy Bowl, but Disney's really only doing Toy Story 5 and Mando and Grogu, and then we're getting Minions 3. So that's interesting. And just, I don't know. It just kind of seems lackluster this year. And
Yeah,
that disappoints me, because that's a big day for me to work on content usually. Like, I don't need to cover any of that shit because it's not gonna be that good. Like,
Well, maybe the Mando and Grogu will surprise us. Hopefully, maybe that
maybe
might be a
it's,
good
as long as it's
trailer.
something new
Star
and it's
Maybe
Wars,
actually
Joe.
gives
Have some hope.
have some hope for Star Wars. Yeah.
I just don't think Mando and Grogu is it, man. I don't think it's saving us. I know
I
that's
think
not
it will
really
save.
good.
It will definitely save Star Wars and Disney as a company because it will definitely make a lot of money. And then obviously we gotta have. I think we gotta have more hope for Starfighter, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Mando and Grogu will be, I think, a fun movie. It's gonna probably play it safe, and it's gonna be a good time. But
Dude,
then Starfighter will be the kind of make or break it. I think.
I didn't mean to start watching Clone Wars when Dave Filoni took over as president. Like, it's a complete coincidence. You know, it's just, well, it is not that much of a coincidence. It's because you guys were talking about it so much that I was like, I want to actually get further into Star Wars, right? And in another way, it's like, it's just like, I think, and I want to be hopeful. This could be a new era for Star Wars, man.
I
You
hope so
know, this
too.
could.
But I think we're still not there yet. I think that we still got
No, we're
a
not.
couple road bumps.
You're wearing a
Yeah.
Grogu hoodie right now.
I know.
I want
That's
to
true.
point that out.
I know I'm wearing a Grogu hoodie. Forgive me for being comfy and wanting to wear a sweatshirt when it's freezing outside. This is not promotion for the movie.
Look in the
This
mirror.
I can take this sweatshirt off anytime I want.
No, Joe, no. Keep it on. Keep it on. You're on camera. Keep it on.
I have a t-shirt on. It's fine. No, it's just
There's
And
nothing
it
wrong
is
with wearing
funny.
it. It's funny, but again, there's nothing wrong with wearing. I mean, I have a Grogu doll on my
right.
shelf.
I look. I'm
Why
the
are
guy
you
that
looking at
wants,
me like that?
because I want to be.
No, not you. I'm talking to Luke. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Luke's being silly.
Yeah.
I want to be optimistic. I do. I think Star Wars needs the first movie coming out after Rise of Skywalker needed to be it needed to be big, and it needed to be bold, and it needed to be something that was going to turn heads and to go, hey, wow, there can still be good Star Wars movies. And
Well,
I
I
totally get
think
that, but my
they're.
thing is that
Go ahead.
okay. My thing is that the reason it feels weird that Mando and Grogu will be the first movie that we'll get in a while of a theatrical release of Star Wars, but the issue because of how the sequel trilogies flopped so hard that if they were to do something big and bold right away, I think they would have a harder time trying to gain the audience to come in and see Star Wars, and
that's true.
that's why they're doing Mando and Grogu first because it will make them the money that they need to support themselves to make other projects that they want to make in the future. So again, they're doing Mando and Grogu first, which will be probably okay. I think it will be just an okay movie unless it surprises me and it's better than I think it is when we actually go see it. And then Starfighter, I think, will really be the make it or break it, honestly, movie, because that seems to be the kind of big, bold move that they're doing right now
It
for
doesn't matter
movies.
Yeah.
how bad it gets; it's never gonna die.
Right, exactly, too. No matter how many times that Star Wars has so many failed projects, clearly the IP is doing okay because we're still talking about it and we're still
True.
getting excited for the mall show and the new video games that are coming out with the Pod Racer game, Jedi 3, the Fate of Old Republic, like clearly, and also like even you can still go back and rewatch the good projects as well. They're still gonna be there, so It will never truly die.
It's just
Nothing ever
wild.
Look at
truly
Star
dies
Trek.
in Star Wars. Yeah,
It's
Star
just
Trek too.
it's just wild to me because like when you look at this movie, we got that trailer a while ago that was released in theaters, and then we haven't heard anything about this movie since then. And then now they're like, "Oh, yep, we got a Super Bowl ad," and it's like, I get it comes out in the summer. I get they want to promote it, but I don't know. Something about it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't. It like yeah, I get the point of like they'll make their money back, but it will come at the cost of Mando and Grogu. It needs to. Fans need to have something that they can like. Yeah, it's great that people will enjoy it and they can have fun with it. That's awesome, but we also need to see that we can still get good things on the big screen.
Mhm.
And if it's just okay, I think that's going to kind of still not go very well. I mean, hopefully it's decent enough that it'll be fine.
You keep
Here's my
disappearing.
thing.
What's up with?
Like, I just think Mando is the best Star Wars we've had since Disney took it over.
It's
Right?
like 1 and 2 hit so hard.
Season 1 was like, oh, we have something here. Season 2 is
Right.
like, now we are honing in on what it is we have here, right? And then, what up, Underground? Thank you. 6-7.
6-7.
Yeah.
And then like season 3 did not hit like the way that 2 did, right? Because
But I think that people are aware that it did not hit, and so because they realize that it didn't hit, they look at this movie and they go, "Oh, you're not going to give us a season 4. This is your side mission, your little oh yeah, I'm going to go make a movie with the only thing that's making Star Wars any money, which is this cute little critter on my shirt."
Well,
It's a
you have
gimmick.
to right, but unfortunately they had to do that mimic because look how bad again the sequel trilogies did, and people are disappointed in
Right.
the Ahsoka show, the Obi-Wan show, the Book of
they
Boba
feel
Fett
like it's the
show.
only thing they can
Okay.
play it safe with.
Right.
Right.
And again, like I'm saying, I think the tactic that they're doing is that they're doing Mando and Grogu first, play it safe, make the money, get some decent reviews, then have the Starfighter movie, and then any other future projects after that.
Plus, this is still Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to
Yeah,
think
that's
about
true.
that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, Dave Filoni made all these decisions. Like, he just became president.
Right.
So it's like the things like we may see them alter Starfighter and what it is if they feel it's not going in the right direction, right? But who knows how far along is that movie? I don't even know. You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
know.
It's filmed completely, and I believe it's in
see, there you go.
the late editing process. But
Right.
yeah, no, with Mando and Grogu, I get it. We still have that last bit of that era remaining, but I don't know. I'm just worried because I feel like we just needed a stronger start, and I feel like that I get it that like yes, this movie will absolutely make a lot of money, and I get that, and I think that's great for the brand because hopefully they'll do good things with that money. But it's just concerning that this movie has to come out at a time when a lot of other brands are getting their footing back, and I'm really kind of worried because if this is Star Wars' best first move, it's not a wise one because when other things are getting when other companies and other IPs are getting their brands back, they're on a much stronger starting path. And I feel like this because the damage done to Star Wars is so horrible. Hey Brandon, we're doing good. It's so horrible. It's this movie. Yes, you're gonna get kids in seats. Kids are gonna buy tickets. You might have that what was that movie on Netflix? You're gonna get that crowd of the you're gonna get that effect from the K-pop Demon Hunters is feeling, right? You're gonna get people to go in the seats, you're gonna get kids, you're gonna get that appeal, but the fate of Star Wars lies with the remaining true Star Wars fans. And fans are not going to sit here and take okay right now. They've been fed garbage for years. They want change. And that's where my point is. I'm sure the movie will do well by audiences. I'm sure people will love it and they'll eat it up. But if we get too many, like, even if this movie is successful, like I said, it will be successful by money. But the fans will remember if this is googly glop. They're going to remember that. And that's the issue that we run into is right now we have Star Wars content creators using AI and doing other things, making better stuff than what Disney is making. So if Mando and Grogu is just, hey, we are doing a little side mission. We're gonna go get Jabba's son and do this thing. We got the guy from the Bear and playing Jabba's son in here. He's a big jacked hut in a gladiator arena. Oh, but Star Wars 3's new movie came out and it's Vader versus Mace Windu, which is what it's planned to be, and Hundreds of Jedi, the movie that people have been waiting for. Yeah, I'm not booking tickets to the theater to that. I'm gonna go get a big screen TV and get some popcorn and go watch Vader and Vader and Mace duke it out.
I will say one thing about some Star Wars fans. As much as Star Wars fans are obviously the heart of the community and made Star Wars what it is, there are some things I've read some things from some Star Wars fans where they're like, I want this to happen. And it's like the worst idea ever that I've ever seen. And I think sometimes some Star Wars fans themselves, without realizing it, become a little too fan servicey for like in themselves. Like, and I know that Star Wars as a company also has its problem with being fan servicey with all a bunch of the cameos and whatnot. And like, look, it's Luke Skywalker jingling keys in front of you, like in the Mando show. But I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. A Mace Windu and Darth Vader thing sounds cool, or whatever Star Wars theory's making. But if we were to continue that in future Star Wars projects and legitimate ones, I'm like, I don't know. And also, again, we had this conversation before where Star Wars is for a bunch of different people divided by like whatever you're into for Star Wars. Like, I mean, I know that obviously Andor isn't your thing, and I haven't even finished it, but Andor, I would say, is one of another recent Star Wars project that did really good.
Yeah,
and
so
got a lot of praise for it.
A lot of people liked it. It was fresh. I get that.
And my thing is like it's okay to not like every project that
right,
IP
and that's okay. I just am speaking from a place of the people that have poured their heart and soul to see good Star Wars. There is good Star Wars out there that's not made by a corrupt company, and it's going to be pushed. And that's the thing that is the problem is I'm seeing fans rejoicing over people working their asses off to make these AI movies or like what Star Wars Series has been making his project for 5 years. And his first movie, Disney even had the balls to like, first they weren't going to give him any monetization for it. Now they took money and monetized his film that he made. Like
I get that. My thing though is that I would much rather watch maybe an okay Star Wars movie than a Star Wars movie made out of AI. I'm not into that. I don't think that's good.
Not all the movies are AI. I'm just using an example that was Rising.
Right, I know, and I've seen what you're referencing to with like there was like an AI Darth Vader thing, and I'm like, sorry, this is just as much slop, if not worse, than what we're currently getting.
I was mostly just talking about the rise of people like taking things in their own hands. I wasn't specifying that I'm okay with the AI stuff.
I know. I'm just stating where I'm.
Yeah, I much more am a believer in what Theory's doing because what he's doing with 3 million subscribers is he's taking all that money and making an actual genuine movie that he animated, he worked on for years with a real team, with a real group of people, and Disney hates him because he wants to make good things. And that's the thing that is horrible is the fact that there are people that have been hated on that are making better things. And the fact that they are literally like the teaser that he made for his movie, which hasn't had an official proper trailer yet, but just the teaser had the feel of Star Wars more than anything Disney's doing. And that's the issue is now maybe it's more of the time, maybe that won't be ready till like fall or something. We get Mando and Grogu first, whatever, right? But it's just I don't want I don't have a problem with fan service. It will be whatever, but like I just don't think this summer blockbuster. You're gonna get the kids in. You're gonna get some people, but they're gonna have to do something with this movie to make either you have a really good story or you got to do something to make people go, okay, maybe we get a really fun movie and maybe this could actually be the beginning, the turning. This movie has to do something other than it's. And the example I'm gonna use is Guardians of the Galaxy made a lot of money, and this movie kind of brings me to that feeling of like, it kind of has that like Guardians of the Galaxy feel, like the fun vibe, right? Like in the sense of like, okay, we're making something fun, some Guardians with a really good story, but in this situation, I'm using it as, hey, how about how about they just make something that's really good. Like hopefully it's not just like, because when I heard the plot for this movie, I was not into it. But hopefully
Right.
I'll be wrong, and maybe they're hiding some surprise in
I
it.
mean, I get it. I mean, a part of me still is like, I kind of wish we got a season 4 instead, but I've accepted that we're getting the movie, and that's
Right,
okay.
right.
I
Yeah,
want
me
to
too.
answer some things for Brandon. Brandon said, I don't know if you guys know about popular YouTube Markiplier, but have you seen his new film Iron Lung based on the video game? I think we all know Markiplier. I have not seen the Iron Lung movie, but I have seen a bit of his gameplay. He made a video about it. I heard it's gotten some good reviews, and it's even though it's not the best movie from what I've heard, it is a very successful movie coming from a YouTuber who, worked with his team and made a pretty good movie in general. And just because it's not perfect doesn't mean it's awful. So I'm willing to check it out whenever I get the chance. And then Brandon says, McKenna isn't wrong. There are a lot of AI Star Wars videos that exist, and it might be weird since it's artificial intelligence. Yeah, that's kind of my thing because looking back on how the original trilogy was made, is that the backgrounds for all the spaceships, like in the Empire, those were hand painted. And like I think that's just so amazing, and it just shows the creativity and hard work that humans do. So now that we're trying to push AI Star Wars, I'm not into that. I would much
Right.
rather prefer something actually handmade, handcrafted. And here's the thing, and the thing about when it comes to AI, it's like, oh, so you think all AI is bad? And it's like, no. It is just generative AI that's a little, that is actually not a little, is very problematic when being used, but like AI for like literally like AI for video games that's been used forever, or CGI is not AI. That is also pretty, it's digital artwork essentially, but it's still being made by humans.
Right.
That is all good, and I would love to see more improved CGI or more improved practical effects, especially in a genre, in an IP like Star Wars, where you have the actors actually train with lightsabers for the fight scenes and etc. Like, I think Star Wars is really kind of an overlooked art form in a sense that it uses a lot of art for its stories. I mean, the concept art for the prequel movies are amazing. Like the concept art for Padme, I always like to look at them. Like they're just
Well, I
so,
think the concept art's cool. I mean, I have concept art
yeah.
for my own apartment and everything, and I think that's
Mhm.
awesome. Like I'm with you. I'm
Mhm.
about the creativity. I just
Mhm.
think the power of that level. Like I use the AI as example because it's something happening right now,
Right, I know.
but I believe in more. I know you said like some of the ideas that certain fans have that are weird
Mhm.
is the thing we need to accept, though, that's kind of unfortunate. This is why I don't like always going on Twitter is there's an entire genre of people that are claiming to be fans now just because they came in here and liked the new stuff, right? And so the problem that we run into is a lot of the ideas here that are stupid come from these new fans and these
Well, I
and
wouldn't
these
say it's just the new fans. I've seen plenty of old fans making these
what,
ideas.
what, what kind of
You
what
know,
kind of what kind of old fans have you seen?
I've seen fans being like, "Let's get more Darth Vader content and let's see Anakin fall into the dark side more," even though we literally have the prequel movies and the Clone Wars TV show already doing that. Or like, even though, I mean, don't get me wrong, the idea on paper sounds cool of Darth Vader versus Mace Windu, right? But I
I
feel
would
like after you do that and you start doing more of these like character x character and they're doing this or something's happening, and it doesn't really, it's like for just the sake of it without actually putting an effort into like, okay, why are these two characters facing each other off, and you're just doing it for the sake of doing it because it looks cool. That's where I think you lose the creativity
And that's
and
where I
you
was
lose
getting.
the passion.
That's what I was getting to is like, so for instance, when you mentioned the versus thing,
Hmm.
the whole Vader and Mace Windu thing that's been planned, that project has been worked on for 5 years, and the one team that was working on it didn't get Theory's vision, the creator, and so he fired them and got a whole new, brand new team.
Mhm.
And he has his own saber company, all those other things to make money through. He is taking all the money he has and putting it into this movie to make it good for fans.
I just want to say that, do I think Darth Vader versus Mace Windu is a bad idea? No, I'm simply using that as an example, as that would be kind of the start point for then more less successful versions of those two fighting. You understand what I'm
Right.
trying to say?
Yeah. Well, like I just was saying that like I've seen people, creative people that are working on much more creative projects that are much more interesting than, once again, another Star Wars story where the good guys have to go rescue Jabba's son.
Right, I get that.
That's what bothers me. If this movie was Mando and Grogu doing some other adventure, something else interesting, I'd be all for it. But we're retreading something we've already done. And I
But
don't.
maybe though, maybe because that's what they get us in to the movie, being like, okay, this is Mando and Grogu. They're meeting up with Jabba's son. They're gonna do some deal, and then maybe, hopefully, this is just me thinking, hopeful, is that there's some twist, something we didn't think about that is actually the real plot of the movie. Maybe, maybe. I'm not
I hope they
I
do
100%
heard it
so.
could
sure.
be a trilogy.
I hope they do something. I hope they do something interesting. I just, a lot is riding on it, and it just needs to be the first movie after what Rise of Skywalker was. The first movie needs to at least be good, and they have to do something to at least give it, to make it good. Because you need to have something like, if you look at the majority of the Star Wars fans, they have all, a lot of the really old school Star Wars fans, they are fathers and have sons that they want to take to Star Wars, right? So like if you see someone, like, you want someone who, okay, hey, I really like this. I'm gonna take my son to this because this feels like I'm experiencing Star Wars again. The Star Wars I know, not the Disney regular fight Star Wars that we're used to. Like, give us something that like we actually enjoy. We can enjoy what they're doing with these characters. We can enjoy the story. There's action. There's heart. There's characterization. There's a good story. Like, people want that again. They want to see that creative level. They want to see those type of stories. And so I think that that's the thing, is like, if we can get that, cool. But the movie just has to be
I think it just has to be good.
yeah,
Just
that's what I
has to
was
be
saying.
good.
Yeah, it has to be good. That's all I'm saying is I hope it's good. Because to be honest, the thing that makes me really sad is I was really excited when the idea of this movie was announced, because I like the idea of a Mando and Grogu movie, of the idea of like, oh, we're doing a Mando storyline, we get to do it on the big screen. That's awesome. I love that. But then when I heard the details, and ever since I see a trailer for this thing, and in the trailers, it just kind of looks like the TV show but put on the big screen. And it just, and that's not a bad thing if we're doing a good story. Like, if they're covering a story that we didn't get in the show or any show, it would be awesome. Like, we don't have a Moff Gideon in here from what we can see. We don't know. We got the Empire like we've been rolling with for a long time in the Imperial Remnant era, post Return of the Jedi, and we're still fighting the Empire. And that's why I'm really refreshed about Maul Shadow Lord, is at least we're getting something new. We're dealing with crime feelings. We're dealing with other things. The only Empire stuff in there is like the Inquisitors and stuff and a few Stormtroopers. That's one of the things I was really annoyed with Andor, was I get that the show is before A New Hope, but I'm just getting a little tired of, in Fallen Order we had the Empire, then there's a little bit of Empire in Survivor, but then we took a little bit of break because we had different characters. But the Empire is just kind of becoming a tired concept in Star Wars right now, because they kept doing the First Order, and I get for prequels that we need it, but if we're doing like post sequel stuff or after, we should just wipe it out.
That is one of the many critiques that I have about the sequel trilogy, because we need to come up with some sort of new bigger threat for Star Wars. I think we can always have the Empire in, of course, because they played such a pivotal role. But my thing is that, okay, we're bringing back the First Order in the sequels. Okay, how did they bring it back? And why is it Kylo Ren, Snoke, and Hux? And wouldn't it make more sense, because this is how realistic fascist groups do it in real life, is that they change their name and they try to make it seem like they're not, hey, we're not the First Order, we're not as bad as those guys, even though we have the same thing, we're a totally different group. Like, that would make more sense if they were to essentially bring back the First Order, but call it by a different name, or just have some new bigger threat. And I think, like Survivor, for example, the Empire really much isn't a threat. The Inquisitors in Fallen Order were. That was a really big threat, and that worked. But in Survivor, it's Dagon Gera, and he's the bad guy. He's a Jedi turned Sith, essentially, and it's just him. And I think that can work. I think what we need for Star Wars is that either make a whole new big bad group that's not the First Order again, or kind of skim it down in a way where, what if it's just one guy and he's just another, like, he's a good villain. They're a good villain. And it could be what Snoke should have been, honestly, instead of a Palpatine clone.
I would just like to see one of the things I
something
like.
new, essentially, what we're all saying is just something new for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like Star Wars, but it's new.
I like that. Like, I think the thing that's really sad is, like, in Mando and Grogu, we explored so many different plans and so many different things that we could do. Or not Mando and Grogu, in The Mandalorian, I would like to see more, if we're going to have this Mandalorian, like, I think the thing that really hurts me is, like, what irks me so much is what they did in Book of Boba Fett by bringing Grogu back to Mando. Because what irks me so much is if this movie was being made and it was just the Mandalorian something, right?
Mm-hmm.
In season 1, just him going off and taking on different bounties, that would make a stellar movie.
Honestly, if Grogu was gone, like, he's gone, he's with Luke, right?
Yep.
And he's training. I would be okay if it was Mando and Ahsoka and what's her name? Bo-Katan,
yeah.
Bo-Katan, yes. Ugh, all these names. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Fake fan.
Don't look at me. No. I don't want to hear about fake fan Star Wars, where my biggest complaint about season 3 was that
Bo-Katan.
Shut the fuck up. My thing, my biggest critique about season 3, which really pissed me, not even my biggest critique, it's just like, it was a small detail that just irked me so bad. It's like Dave Filoni, you made Clone Wars. You're on the team with Mando. You have Bo-Katan with the Mandalorian. They're both on Mandalore. Not one mention of Satine. Not one mention of her sister, who was the Duchess of Mandalore.
It might be out of his hands.
It could be. That could be true, but I feel like that's. I
It's
feel
like,
like
what if we did all this and they're like, no, we're not doing all that because we're not doing anything with those characters.
Just because here's the thing, Bo-Katan throughout season 3, when she's talking to Mando, when they're on Mandalore, she's constantly saying things like, "This was my home. It's ruined. It's destroyed. I missed it." There should be one line where she's like, "I miss my sister. That was my family," and she did not say that once. That's really
I'm just trying to be hopeful.
Yeah, no, like, I feel like I feel like that's a fair critique to have, and that's your biggest complaint. My biggest complaint was that you follow up you follow up season 1 and 2. You have done this great thing with you've set up this great villain. You have the Imperial Remnant, you have Moff Gideon. I just don't understand.
Honestly, I think Moff Gideon should have stayed longer as the villain. Like, if I knew he was the bad guy for the movie, I think that would work. That would be cool.
I would be much more hyped, unless they're keeping it a big secret because of the whole cloning nonsense.
Honestly, I do think there's some things that they have not told us about this movie.
Yes.
I think they're saving for some big surprises, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, maybe this spot could give us a little taste, a little more of what we haven't gotten. Maybe just like a much more big, even a little, because even though it's a little short, maybe like there's different parts of footage we haven't seen yet that they choose to put in here and go, okay, we're going to show you more of this part. We're not going to tell you details about it. We only have this amount of time, but maybe reveal like a character we don't know about that's in the movie and just kind of go, hey, look at who this is. You're kind of shocked to see this character, right? Like, it'd be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think it will end up being good. I mean, I have a lot of Mando and Grogu merch. I do think that if I had to pick my way, I would like a Mando movie like the Jango Fett video game. If you guys ever played the Jango Fett video game on
Oh
PS2,
yeah, man.
like I would love that. I think that would have been cool. Like, because I love in season one. I'll be honest, and I know this isn't everyone's opinion. One of the things that made me fall in love with the Mandalorian in season one is before Grogu and he had dad responsibilities to happen. Mando was ruthless and cold-hearted. Like he was just running around and just grabbing people like from their
It's like I'll
bounties.
bring you in
And
warm or I'll bring you in cold. Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
really just miss the Western feel that he
yeah, like
had.
it was very Western. It was very awesome. And then
Yeah.
Grogu, my son, please, I must protect my son. Like
My thing is that I think at first I like the father and son dynamic that Mando and Grogu did have season 1 through 2, but then season 3, I mean, I think just season 3 overall just dropped the ball, and they kind of became, I think every character kind of became a fan version of themselves in a way of like
yeah,
how fans perceive them rather than what they actually are as characters. It's like, oh, a lot of people on Twitter are calling Mando and Grogu father and son. They're like the Daddy Mando or whatever. Let's make that a thing in the show. And it's like, well, you already made it a thing in the show, and it was better because it was subtle. Now it's in your face, and now it's just not as good or strong.
almost like Kathleen Kennedy was reading like the subreddit or something and putting on
Right,
whatever she
yeah.
could pull.
And it's fun. And again, like, it's all jokes being like, yeah, Mando is like a father to Grogu. No doubt about that. But then when you're actually saying
No
it,
dad about that.
Did you really do that?
I said no doubt about that.
No, I heard no dad.
No.
No dad about that.
No doubt about that.
Sorry,
Anyways.
That's
sorry. Yeah.
crazy. No, but just
No
overall,
doubt
I
about
just
that, but what's the saying? Grogu, like saying that he is the dad of Grogu, I'm like, okay, let's pause it right there. Let's not put a label on it. Let's just.
This
You know,
is
I just feel like-
situationship, right?
It's
No, yeah, I
it is
just
a
feel like
parental like relationship. All right.
for one to like relationship.
All right. Let's just. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
I will
just think
say
it's better
this,
when it's
and
subtle.
I will say this, and I don't think I'm the only one
agree.
that has this opinion, but I think a lot of people would feel this way. If I'm being honest, especially looking at Mando season 2, because they really had this really good shit going. If you're gonna make a movie, what Star Wars should make, you want to make different genres, you want to make different movies. You know what would have been a super, if you want a safe but fun concept to do, you know what I would have done to release this kind of fun first movie?
What?
I would still make a first movie and make it fun, but instead of Mando and Grogu, give me Mando and Boba Fett. Just
That
palling
would be
around,
cool.
doing their shit, going on missions. That should be fire, man. Because Tam needs some work, man. He needs some work. He's sitting on Hawaii waiting for his call, and Disney still ain't call him. It's like, it makes me sad.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you guys don't like Boba Fett. Nobody really
I love
likes
Boba Fett.
Fett.
I don't like what they did to Boba Fett in the show.
The show
But
was
you're gonna
disappointing.
get more of
yeah.
that.
No, that's the thing you don't understand though, is the problem with Boba Fett was they made him a character where he was a leader of stuff. If you put him in a Mando movie where so Mando's the star, but Boba's the supporting character. So they're broing it up. They're chilling. They're going on missions.
But you're
because-
still making him a good guy. I kind of want to see Boba, like you're saying in the beginning there, of like just like tearing people down, being cold.
And that's
like,
what you're gonna
about
get. So
Mando.
that's the thing. I'm not making Boba a good guy though. That's the best part about this thing. Is in my vision for this movie, Mando in this situation, he doesn't have Grogu to tie him down. So Mando and Boba, they're bounty hunters. This is not like Boba Fett going and doing like the stupid I'm the crime lord of Tatooine, right? There's no other supporting characters in this thing. There's no team. There's no Fennec Shand, and all that other shit. They can all stay on Tatooine and do their fucking shit. I don't care. Boba is going to hang out. Din Djarin asked for Boba's help. Boba's like, I'm there, bro. Calling his holographic phone. You know, hey, I got Slave One. I'm gonna fire it up. I'm ready to torch some motherfuckers and do my shit. And that's what this movie is. It's these two dudes going out, say, hey, there's some crime families causing some issues, man. They think they can take your power. Oh well, I'm gonna torch these motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? Like that's what you should have done in the show. If you're gonna make a Boba Fett show, it should have been Scarface with Boba Fett. Just you come to my house. You think you can take my money? I'm gonna disintegrate you. Vader said no disintegration. This ain't the Empire, bitch. I'm gonna disintegrate you. Like, come on. Like, why?
Yeah, no.
I could run it better. I'm just
I
so
would
sad.
like to see them as actual bounty hunters. Is my whole thing.
That's what I
You know
was
what I mean?
telling. That's
Like,
what my vision is. I want them
I
going
feel
on
like
quests.
Disney isn't gonna ever do that because, like, look at Cad Bane. You know what I
Don't
mean?
talk
Like
about Cad Bane, please, Lord. Don't talk about Cad Bane.
Cad
I-
Bane is
They
the
ruined my beautiful
actual
boy.
bad guy. You know what I mean? In Disney's eyes, Mando and Boba are good guys.
And you know what I hate
You know
about
what I
that?
mean? Like,
You know what I hate about that, Luke? When we talked about other Star Wars projects to catch up on the even though I love Dave Filoni to a degree with Tales, I've been holding back this rant on Tales of the Underworld that I might make a video on one of these days. Maybe even tonight. I cannot believe that they made me sympathize with Cad Bane. So he gets to do the story arc. So Ventress gets one story arc, and Cad Bane gets the other. And Cad Bane's story is you care about him because he's this poor orphan boy that and then he comes into power and his friend betrays him, so he becomes this ruthless dude. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. Just keep Cad Bane.
My
Cad
thing is
Bane.
that his friend didn't betray him. If anything, Cad Bane betrayed his friend.
Right, but it's
I
still,
did not gain when I watched that episode. I did not really regain any sympathy for Cad Bane at all.
but they're
Like,
still
yes, he
trying
had
to
a
make him in. They're
I
still
don't
painting him
think
in a
so
light.
because I get it. He has a tragic backstory. He was an orphan. He was living on the streets, and he had like a brother, right? But then he sees that his brother becomes a cop, and then, well, not his biological. I don't know if it's his bio brother
Right.
or I don't know. You know, his friend, his childhood friend. His friend
Yeah.
becomes like a cop, essentially, and he doesn't like that, and that to him is a betrayal
Right.
because him and his bro would run away from the cops all the time. And now
I
since
just
he
think
became
there's
a cop,
certain. Oh yeah.
he shoots him, you know, because it's Cad Bane. And
Yeah.
I don't think they made Cad Bane weak or good in that backstory. They just show us that, okay, he is Cad Bane and he will kill for his needs or what he thinks he needs.
I
Because
just
he
wish
went
they would
back
have.
and got revenge with the ex-friend of his.
Right. I just wish
So-
they would have kept the lid on and just told stories moving forward of just Cad Bane doing what Cad Bane does. I don't like that we go back and we see his life, and then in the beginning, I know you say you didn't sympathize with him, and I'm not saying I sympathize with him either, but I'm just saying they showed his life, and then they showed him be this sad person, and he has this brother, and then yes, he betrayed the brother, but when you watch what Cad Bane does, and Luke will know more when he watches more of Clone Wars, this guy is ruthless, and he didn't have friends. He didn't have. I don't want him to have a story.
Right,
I
but here's the
wanted.
thing: it's like the beginning shows why he doesn't have friends and he works alone because he killed off the one person that he even had that with.
Right. I just wish they didn't do anything with it. I wish he'd keep him in the dark. Like I like Star Wars. There's some stories where characters don't need to have a backstory, and I
Right,
wish
I
they
get
would.
that.
I wish they would just Clint Eastwood it and just make him since he was inspired by Clint Eastwood, just make him the ruthless bounty hunter that's running around.
Dude, this has been going on in Star Wars since
I know.
the
I was just gonna
prequels
say
came
another
out.
episode
Like,
for an
literally,
hour.
people
I
are
know.
like, couldn't you just leave Vader being cool and not give us this wimpy little freaking Anakin kid? Like, I couldn't stand this. That was the thing.
Right.
Same thing with Palpatine actually
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I thought Palpatine was way cooler without a backstory. You know what I mean? Like, it's been happening forever.
No, I
you know what I mean?
I just
And
personally just didn't want him to have a backstory because I just liked that this was this guy that came out of nowhere.
But also, here's my thing: is that he's still that guy. You can still like him as this heartless villain because he's still that. I don't think they ruined his character by adding that backstory in this one spin-off show. You know?
Okay.
Like
But
he's
you can't
still a
move
Cad Bane.
forward either, is my thing, because he's dead right now in Star Wars, right? Because at the end of Boba
Book of
Fett.
Buffett, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not dead. And
They
No one
literally
and
truly
showed a whole
dies.
book about how he.
Somehow,
his
Cad
heart beats
Bane.
like one more time, and it's
Yep,
like
and there's
hard to
literally
see
a
what
book that
happens.
shows how he survived. Like that's out there. Like there's an encyclopedia that shows like the device
Of
that he
course, there
has
is.
and how he. Because that's what happens. But I don't know. I just something about those episodes. Like I don't know. Something about it just it rubbed me the wrong way. Seeing his backstory, I just didn't like. Like I agree with you. I do think that you're right. Like yes, he's still. It doesn't ruin the character. He's still ruthless. I just wish they would have kept the lid on. I wish I would just been in like other characters that could tell stories was fine. Like I'd rather just keep him a mystery. I'd rather
I
just
get that. I will say there's
Basically,
some
you
parts.
didn't want an MCU like villain out of him, where it's like, here's his backstory and why you can see the way he is, even if it's not sympathized necessarily. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
like, you
Mm,
rather it be like, no, he's a villain because he's a villain.
you're right.
Yeah,
He's a
Villain.
bad. He's
exactly.
He's a
evil.
villain.
He's
You know
bad
what
for
I
the
mean?
sake
Yeah.
of being
Exactly.
bad.
Right.
No, I
Which
get
we don't
that.
get as much anymore.
Because
Mhm.
because you finished the Clone Wars. You finished the Clone Wars season 1, right? You're done with season 1.
No, I'm very close.
Okay, so I won't spoil it, but there's an episode that he becomes very prominent in, and he's in this episode. He has a mission that he's assigned to do, and his mission is very specific. But he is in here with the team of bounty hunters, and he's the one that's calling the shots, and he's running in here like blasting people, snapping necks, doing things that ruthless bounty hunters do. Even Boba Fett like sees Cad Bane and is shitting his pants. Even with the EU novel, you're like, okay, I love Boba, but this guy don't get redeemed. This guy, he's the real deal. He's sitting here with his guns, and he'll hit. And the thing I like about Cad Bane is in the EU, Boba takes on Jedi. Boba doesn't fight Jedi in a lot of the current canon Star Wars stuff. But Cad Bane, he don't care. You give him the right price, he finds out how many credits a Jedi's worth. He's taking their lightsaber and he's whooping their ass. He does not care.
Sure.
And that's what I like about him. I like that was just this ruthless character. And I think
Right.
sometimes it's okay. It's okay to like. That's the other thing is like we talk about the MCU. I know I've said there's certain Marvel things I look forward to and I like and stuff. But to be fair, I just and not just Marvel's not the only one to do it, but there's that storyline. I think Loki's the best example of it. Really is like I'm just sick of that. Like we're gonna tell this guy's story so you can think this way about that character, and it's just like. Yeah, maybe it doesn't hurt, whatever, but like, I just think we need to go back to that way of it. We just need to have bad guys that like you like. I hate this guy, but at the same time, I love it. Like, I want that feeling of. Luke, did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
I haven't actually.
I watched that feeling of when TVs were shattered, and I think it was season 6, where they did the
Negan?
unthinkable on TV with Negan, where you just
Yeah.
had that feeling of like this guy is a bad guy, and yet he's likable. Like you like him because he's a bad guy. And I feel like we've gotten soft to the idea with I keep hearing Marvel post all these articles of, oh, this character is gonna have this great sympathetic backstory. I'm like, no, I don't want that.
Right. I
Like
feel you.
it's just I'm over it, man. I don't need to see the next villain. I don't need Doctor Doom teaming up with Doctor Strange in the next popular Marvel movie. Just stay the bad guy. Like it bothers me. I don't know why. I just like
No, it bothers a lot of people.
yeah.
I totally get you.
Yeah. But yeah, what's our next thing? My
Well, the
final
Star Wars.
Yeah, my final
We went
consensus was
hard
just
on the Star Wars. That's
Yeah,
gonna
we
happen.
have
We
a Star
always
Wars.
do. We can't
my
have a normal
consensus was just
conversation
the-
about Star Wars.
My consensus was just the Super Bowl. I mean, hopefully this. I mean, it's the Puppy Bowl. It's the Puppy Bowl, so I'm not expecting too much from like the Super Bowl
Puppy
stuff.
Bowl.
But hopefully we'll get something new with Lobo at least or something. I saw some new article about Jason Momoa said something. I wish I could find it, but he said something about his first he said that, and maybe he's just hyping himself up, but he's so excited to play this character. He said it took him one take to like really do this crazy scene as Lobo, and he's like, after I've done this, no one else will be able to pull it off the way that he did, is what he said. And I thought it was pretty interesting. Like, it's to be expected though, because we've all known how long he's wanted to play Lobo. So, but it was interesting. He was like, "Yeah, we shot this in one take," and I was like, this is the scene. And I'm like, it was really grainy and really crazy, and I'm just like, I'm ready to show you guys what I'm able to do. So I think that's kind of cool. I think out of all the promotion we could get for a movie at the Super Bowl, if there's anything, hopefully the Supergirl stuff delivers something. Something doesn't have to be much, but just a little that DC presence. At least DC has a presence. So Marvel is on existence. They're nowhere to be seen. Although I do have some fingers crossed because they do also have TV ads. I did see Spike shared something. I don't know how legitimate he was saying it, but he did say there's a chance that we might get some Amazon Prime Spider-Man Noir or something. So
Oh,
that could be
because
something.
that's in the works.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
excited for that.
supposed to be April. So, man, April is just a crazy month in sort of TV. You got The Boys, you
there's a
got
lot.
fucking Mall Shadow Lord, you got fucking Invincible season 4, you got Daredevil will have already been running a month. I mean, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I think Invincible
And I laughed.
will
I was
already be
talking to
running a
Jake
month
the other
too,
day.
pretty much.
I was talking to Jake the other day. I was laughing so hard in my stream when Jake told me that the new Stranger Things spinoff drops in April, and I said, "Good fucking luck. You're cooked." Like, good
Well,
luck.
it's really popular is the thing, though.
They'll binge it in
So
one day, and they'll probably be like,
it's
"Oh yeah,
bad.
Stranger Things. Already forgot about it. It happened. Thank you. Already
Already
forgot about it."
forgot about it.
Just like Jeremy Johns. Whoops, T-minus 1 day? Yep, already forgot. I'm watching Invincible. Like, what's going on? I'm watching Daredevil. I'm watching Mall Shadow Lord. I've already forgot. I got The Boys final season. Don't worry, I already forgot. Stranger Things, what? Huh? That show's still on? What, we got anime spin-offs, huh? Like, no. But realistically, yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I don't care about the game really, but hopefully a decent halftime show. Hopefully get some sort of promotion, and hopefully that Spider-Man trailer is right around the corner.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Although I did have another Marvel thing for you. I did have something about, so apparently, after all the buzz of that Daredevil trailer, which I did a reaction to last week, apparently we get some information on season 3 for the show is going to start filming, and they're already sending out casting notices. And I
Oh,
saw some people talking on Twitter, and they said that they're kind of confirming my theory I already had heard about rumors connecting Spider-Man with Daredevil, which is season 3 might be the Hand and this storyline from the comics called Cell Block D, which is hints that Daredevil's going to prison. So at the end of
yeah.
season 2, it's very real that Fisk might actually win. And that's why Daredevil isn't suited up in
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man.
I can see
that's
that
what you do. You
because
know what I
in
mean?
the trailer, it's all Fisk, 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 and then we see like Daredevil, but he's kind of beaten up.
Yep, and we know
So,
that we know in the Daredevil season 2 show, the creator had a really interesting quote where he said season 1 was all about Fisk's rise to power. Season 2 is all about how we deal with the trappings of power and what it leads to. And he said I saw something else. Like, obviously, there's the whole backstory of what they wrote for Matthew Lillard's character. I guess Matthew Lillard is Fisk's political rival. So, like, I guess he's going to be there to kind of convince the people. And I've already seen people making jokes about the real world. If you do a deep analysis into the trailer, you can see a protest, and they're kind of playing off the anti-vigilante task force a little bit like ICE in this, like, superhero world. Because you can see, like, they're kind of standing there, like, being a problem, and they've clearly done something bad, and there's a crowd yelling at them and screaming and doing bad things, and then you can see, like, so I'm wondering if that's something that Matthew Lillard will try, like, go after the task force, like, get Fisk on, like, oh, we need to get rid of this task force, you're a fraud, you're a criminal, you don't deserve to be mayor. Like, I think Matthew Lillard's gonna deliver some peak acting in this show. I really do. I think it's gonna be
yeah,
really
I'm
fun
excited for
having him
more
in here.
Matthew Lillard. He's a really good actor.
I mean, we're gonna see him at the end of this month.
Yep.
This is gonna be fun. So
Scream.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see what
I
happens.
feel you.
Yeah, no, but
Not
no,
me.
yeah,
I'll be playing Resident Evil 9.
Oh yeah, Resident Evil 9 coming out.
Resident Evil 9 is coming out. Man, that's crazy. No, but so yeah, I mean, I think there's been some interesting sprinklings of news this week. But I think it's let's see, we've been going for, let's see, when did we start? Only six
Yeah, we've been
o'clock
going
now.
for a minute. We could talk some TV. What'd you think of Fallout, Joe?
Oh yeah. So I watched Fallout earlier this morning actually, because last night, getting to play, I was tired. I did my thing, whatever. And man, I love this penultimate episode. I really do think it is a good setup for where we go in this finale. That's why I'm so determined to watch this finale tonight when it drops, because I really just the storylines this episode, the Lucy and Hank stuff. Also, one of my favorite things in this episode I did not expect to really like. I did not expect this episode to start diving into Steph's backstory, and then when you heel turn, um, on what happens later in the episode, with how even Chet finally grows some balls and decides to start laying it down. I'm like, okay, all
She's
right.
not even American.
I
That's
love it,
good.
man. I love it. And one of the highlights of this episode is we finally got another episode with Maximus, and I'm here for it. I'm so happy. And the Death Claw shit was cool. Him facing them off, like, doing a little boxing routine, beating the shit out of the Death Claws. I was
Yeah, the
vibing with it,
blades
man.
on the arms. It was
Yeah,
cool.
I was down for it, man. It was cool. It was some cool
Oh yeah.
shit. Know what's going on with when they left Thaddeus behind, which I thought was funny. Just like, oh yeah, you're like disintegrating and doing this stuff, and yeah, no, dude,
How
he's
long
great.
until my nose falls off? Because like it's
Yeah,
almost there, but yeah, that was good.
and then
Um,
the stuff with what's his face. It was cool to see Norm kind of start to call out for Lucy. Thought that stuff was cool.
yeah, I think we're finally gonna see them get together for the
Yeah,
finale.
I think there's gonna be a family reunion. Yeah.
Family reunion time. Dun,
Oh
dun,
yeah,
dun.
comes out in 2 hours.
Wild, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the finale. I'm excited. I think it's been good, man. I think it's been good. I mean, I like it. I like how the conversation with the ghoul and Maximus over how he convinces him to give him the cold fusion was really interesting. And I think the biggest thing is the ending where he used it to turn on the machine and he sees the guy from the flashbacks.
Yeah,
That
Robert House.
Yeah, that was a good ending. It was a good little stinger, little like, okay, like
Yeah, I think
that's
we're
cool.
definitely getting a second season in New Vegas. I feel like they really just got New Vegas going. It took like kind of the whole season, which in a way, like I wanted it to move faster in the beginning, but if they're
Mhm.
really going to take the time to like fully dive into it, I'm cool with that. You
I
know what
think
I mean?
it's
Like,
good that they're gonna dive in. Like I really liked in this episode when they see the armor walking through the streets when they're going to the death claws. I like how the citizens are like, oh, like the public of North Carolina or whatever. I think that was really cool that they were rallying behind them, kind of like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Like they're kind of building into this stuff, and I like where they're going with that. I think it's interesting.
right. And
Yeah, no,
I know they got to do more with the Legion. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like New Vegas has barely really been touched on. The Death
yeah,
Claws was
I like that
something,
they teased
like,
it a little bit, like
definitely.
how Hank was talking about it, where he was talking about how much of a threat they were and all that. I thought that was interesting how he was having this conversation with Lucy, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, no. I love the Hank and Lucy stuff. What'd you
it
think of
was
the episode,
Same.
good.
Kenna?
I really liked it. Yeah, I would say my biggest highlight is the Hank and Lucy stuff. I think it's like they have a messed up. It's like I really like how they write their relationship because Hank is a loving father but he's the bad guy, and I think they show Lucy really reacting to it well in a realistic way, because I was a little nervous that she was just going to go on his side for a hot second, about the whole mind control for like, let's make everyone be nice to each other for the sake
Right,
of losing free will for the sake of peace. But then she doesn't do that, and she tricks him because, like she said in the show, it's like, I am grateful that you are my father because I'm not an idiot, because he's not dumb either. And she like handcuffs him to the oven. I also like, I don't know if it was in this episode, I think it was, where he was teaching her how to drive the golf cart.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
thought that was really funny and also
it
like
was.
sweet in a way, because it's like, okay, it's a nice father, like it's like it's father and daughter, but obviously there's tension between the two, or tension mostly coming from Lucy's side because she realizes the father that she thought she knew is not what he actually is. Uh,
Well,
I
she said
really
like you were always good at being
a
my
dad.
father. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But like, yeah, it's the choices he's making. And I thought too that she was going to kind of turn on his side
Mm-hmm.
because it's the way the episode lays it out for you to make you think
Mm-hmm.
that, because Maximus is just saying, I got to get this to Lucy when
She's
the
a good
ghoul,
person.
right. And
She'll
the
do the
ghoul
right
wants the
thing.
cold fusion, right. And meanwhile, he seems like he's actually getting through to her about what he's doing. And we're like, oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, she's going to get it and use it for the wrong reason. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just because like the show could go in that direction, have a new, twist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
It was a
that
good
could be
little
the next
twist.
twist. But then she just is a good person, so it was
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
A-
was
Again, that's
really
what I
good.
really like about Lucy as a character from season 1 through 2 is like she's going through the hardships of being on the surface and she has toughened up, but she hasn't lost herself in the process. She still has her values of being a good person, but obviously she's learning that there's some situations where she has to be, the bad guy a little bit, use violence,
Yeah,
but she still knows not she knows her rights and wrongs still. So that's what I like about her as the main character.
Right.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, yes, I'm most excited to see more Maximus and Maximus teaming up with the Ghoul. That's gonna be fun. Um, yeah, I'm really excited for the finale. And also,
See
I'll
what
probably
happens.
after the finale, I will be sad that there will be no more episodes, and I'll be, wanting season 3 right away. But I also think we're gonna get a season 4 as well, because Ella Purnell, who plays Lucy, she said something about like a question was asked to her about Lucy about like how Lucy's gonna develop or something, and she's like, "Oh, maybe in season 3 and 4 she'll blah blah blah," and it's like, okay, 4. So,
Oh, they're gonna
well,
go far with this show. I think
mm-hmm.
as far as
well,
they
well,
can.
well. Tell him. Well, just tell him, Kenna, get cracking on it. Now that the season's ending, start filming immediately. Get ready to go, and
I'm
then
sure I'm sure some things have already been filmed that they haven't
yeah,
said. So,
yeah. No, I
Um,
I can't wait.
damn it, I'm loose. I just lost it. I had it
Well,
and I
you,
just lost
you,
it.
you had a thought? Oh man,
Yeah, about Fallout, but
you're falling out.
you're
yeah,
falling out on your Fallout
it fell
thoughts.
out.
That's good.
I don't know.
They were kind of yellowjacking it in the beginning, in the beginning of the episode.
Oh yeah, because it starts in Alaska.
It starts in the snow, in a snowy winter. Yeah, no, I
Oh,
really liked how we got.
hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
okay,
remembered, and it's not
okay,
going to last because it's a
okay.
dumb thing.
Do it, do it, do it.
My prediction for the finale is at least one thing that will happen. Nothing big. Thaddeus's nose will fall off, and it'll be funny. Yeah,
I can
that's
see
my
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good prediction.
No. Oh, yeah. I really just liked how Chet. Also, like Joey brought this up, how Chet stood up for himself in
With
the
all
wedding, be
these
like,
witnesses
with all
here.
these witnesses. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, so we're getting married. I didn't know we were doing that. Would have been nice if you
Mm,
told me. And she's like, I'm trying to work. She's like,
yeah.
ah, okay.
I like that. I like that it took
Oh,
him to see that the guy with the glasses had died in the garbage disposal
Mm-hmm.
thing. For him to go, yeah,
Woody.
yeah,
Woody. Yeah, I was just
Woody.
gonna say Woody. Mm-hmm. I don't think Woody's in Vault. What was it? Vault 33. I think he's dead. She killed him. I found his glasses in our garbage disposal. Do you have the glasses? No, I put it back in the garbage disposal. It's like cold feet happens. It's like he just accused his fiance of murder, and you're like cold feet. Like
That's crazy.
Oh man, it
I
was
don't think
good.
that's just
I
cold
liked that a
feet,
lot.
but okay.
I just love the fact that
Regardless,
this wedding doesn't even need that this whole wedding exists out of him seeing a sign that literally just says, "Yeah, I guess I'm getting married."
Mhm.
Like that's just
yeah,
hilarious to me that that
we
that,
heard the
that
good
art.
news, Chet. Congratulations. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
What?
saw the poster.
The poster.
Could you imagine you
Uh,
guys are just walking down the street and like you're in like you had to stay in a vault or you had to stay somewhere like in a hotel and you just see a billboard like someone who you barely get to spend time with is like your wife or husband like
Yeah, they're getting married at 1 p.m. What?
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was good.
Like
That's
just
what, like,
imagine
the
kind of.
show is just funny, regardless
Yeah, it is
of if
funny.
you're a lore hound for the original Fallout. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a good show, and it's still got great commentary on society, and it's still very funny.
Yeah, I like
So
all the pacing. I like all the ways that they use all the stuff. I think it all is fantastic. Just everything. So that, yeah, the way it's all brought together, like it's got the right moments. You get some action sometimes. I think the finale would probably be the most action we've gotten in the season because it's the finale. That's what usually happens. But we'll see. I'm kind of curious about what's going to go on because you have the ghoul going and going and finding Mr. House and stuff, but like what happened to the ghoul? Because early in episode 6, we had the stuff earlier where at the end of the episode we had the ghoul with Thaddeus and Maximus, but before that he was basically like brought back to life and stitched from from the mutant leader. So like, what's going on with the war that's supposed to be planned? Like that's what I'm
Hmm.
wondering. Because
I
that
mean,
I think the war is going to really happen in season 2. I think we're
even
going to
season
see.
3.
Sorry, yeah. Um, yeah, I think we're going to see like a big setup for it more than anything in the finale. Like, I don't know though. Maybe that just Maximus and the Ghoul will just be away from it, and you'll just see it appear in season 3, while they all
right.
still try to fight over it, essentially, and fight each other to the death. You know, like they always will, anyways. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited for it. So Kenna, did you end up getting to watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
I did. I watched
Okay,
it.
so we all watched it. Good.
Hmm.
So what did you guys think?
I thought it was a really good episode, and it's definitely the turning point for the show. And I like how the turning point kind of happened so fast, especially since it's a limited series, so they're moving it along. Um, yeah, just a really good episode. I think it's better than 1 and 2. Honestly, again, like I said before, the last time we talked about the show, I think each episode will get better and better as the show goes on. So, without getting super spoilery, I think it was a really good episode and it was
You
a
can
good
get
mixture.
spoilery.
Yeah, and it
We at
makes
the end of the episode. It's all good.
yeah. It gets it again really has that perfect tone of like this is a serious, Games of Thrones setting story, but it also has that humor in it as well. So it's just really well written. Especially with
Mm-hmm.
Dunk. Dunk is a character, again, Dunk kind of has the same what I like about Dunk is the same reasons why I like about Lucy as well, where it's like they're going through these things, but they still hold their values at heart.
Right.
Like Dunk truly wants to win the tournament fair and square because he has nobility. He wants to be what he has. He wants to be the knight that he has been told about knights since forever. He wants to be a true knight. He doesn't want to cheat. He doesn't want to be cruel. He wants to do it the right way, and I think
Yep.
that makes him really compelling as a main character. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's great. Yeah,
What-
Oh, what did you want to say, Luke?
No, I want to hear your take on the episode,
Oh,
Joe.
okay. I love this episode. I agree with you. I think this is the favorite. And we'll get by why it's the favorite when we get to the end of the episode because I want to drop the big bomb about what I was shocked about. That I was like, oh, now we're
Right.
really going somewhere. Because I'm not going to
Mhm.
spare any details. I'm not going to sit here and play with kids' gloves. I'm here to dive into all of it.
Go for it.
Burn it all. So I love this episode. I love the fact that there's a scene with the fact that we all witness our heroes actually see just how brutal the Targaryens can be, and
Mhm.
the fact that we get to see the jousting situation where Egg kind of has to pull away from it, like, and even Dunk is not happy about it, and it just like you said, like I love the compellingness of like how he's still even being a knight, seeing a knight not be noble. It just irks him,
Mhm.
and you see all the
Mhm.
stuff that's happening, and we see that later in the conversation between the guy that writes all the lists down is like pulling aside, talking to him in the woods, and like, hey, man, it'd be nice talking in the woods. It'd be nice to hey, we really need you. I know you don't got money, but you're gonna get rewards. You should do this thing, and he's still trying to think about what to do, and it's like, so that's gonna be interesting.
I really like the scene where I forget the guy's name that he's talking to, like in the tent, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh well, knights aren't always noble." You
Oh,
know
I
what I
love
mean? And he
that
just
scene.
starts talking about how terrible like knights. Yeah, well, they're all incestuous like aliens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're nothing like us. Yeah, like that was a
Mhm.
really good scene. There,
And
there
that's
was
again. Oh, sorry.
no,
You
no,
can
you're
do.
good. You're
Oh,
good.
it
No,
was
that's pretty much it.
it's super small. It's like again, like when I was saying about Dunk being like his nobility as a knight. It's like he sees how corrupted the other knights are, and then he just makes it the point. It's like, well, this is how I'll be better than them. I will be the good knight, and that's why
Yep.
I'll be the winner instead of these cheaters and liars instead. And that's just really,
Yep.
like you said in the very, I think the first episode, Joe, or at least you called me on the phone about it, was like what you like about the show is like it's kind of like an underdog story a little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
with Dunk. Yeah. And usually like I like those stories too, but I also feel like some stories now are like, well, we're making the underdog story for the sake that it's an underdog story. Like here's
Yep.
your average guy and he gets to be great in the end, but with Dunk though, it's like actually works and it's compelling and it's natural even,
And I feel
especially
like
in
you
the
get the
setting that
build
it
up to
is.
support it, so when you get to his great moments, you
Mhm.
like kind of
It's
feel
satisfied.
it's earned and
Yeah.
satisfying, and I think
Mhm.
that's beautiful. I agree. I think that's amazing. Yeah, especially love how Egg kind of goes on his little side quest in the beginning of this episode, and he runs into the guy that he recognized. Forget what he called him, but the guy that had one eye. He had a name. I can't remember what his name was though, but he recognized him
Yeah.
immediately. And I thought that was
Why?
interesting.
What happened to your hair? What happened to
Yeah,
your eye?
that the dialogue too, and the dialogue of the show is good.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've been trying my best to like steer away from like the book spoilers because with that fortune, that old fortune teller lady, she's saying like, "Oh, you'll be a hero, Dunk," and then she's like, "Oh, you'll be king to Egg." And it's like I already know what I kind of already spoiled myself, and that's kind of like the hard thing about Game of Thrones. It's like the book fans will be talking about the adaptations, of course, and they'll be like, "Oh, this and this and this and this, and then this happens and blah blah blah," which I don't care, right? I'm okay being spoiled like that, but I do try my best to steer away as much as possible, just to be surprised and enjoy the show. But um, with like Egg, and especially what is revealed about Egg in the end of the episode or near the end, um, I think what's good about Games of Thrones, even though if you don't read the books, but if you know what happens or a vague idea, I think what works is that you just see, okay, well, how do they get to that point then? You see the journey
Right.
from the beginning to the end. And I think that's what makes it really good in general.
The
Sure.
ending caught me. The ending caught me off. Like when you see, I was like,
No, I
when I
didn't see it
saw.
coming.
Oh, you did see it coming?
I did
Okay.
He said
not
he
see it
didn't.
coming. Did
Yeah. So
not.
like it caught me off when like literally you have. So we had this whole episode. Dunk and Egg are talking, and he's like, if you win this, will you still be my squire? And then we get to the end of the episode, and then
Mhm.
and then we go and we have the situation where the play happens with the
Mhm.
puppets,
Mhm.
and the Tigerian guy is like brutal with the soldiers, and he like is beating on her and calling her a whore and stuff. And then
Mhm.
Dunk wants to do the noble thing and save her, and he's just getting his ass handed to him, about to get his teeth taken out, and then all of a sudden, Egg drops the bomb, and it's just like what? That was super unexpected.
Oh yeah. No, it was a good ending. That felt very Game of Thrones. That's for sure.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
was
No.
definitely meant to go. Oh, you're gonna watch next episode. Like
Right.
it was definitely.
So you said earlier you're all for like animated Game of Thrones stuff. Kind of. Are you gonna
Mhm.
watch the original show?
Yeah, I will.
And what?
I'll watch House of Dragons, and I'll watch Game of
Right.
Thrones. Yeah. Mhm.
No,
And
the
I'll watch the
OG. I
animated.
mean, everyone knows how the ending goes, but
Yeah,
Do you
but
think she should watch House of Dragon first and then watch Game of
I think.
Thrones?
I mean, I think you should watch House of Dragon first, just so you can be caught up for the new season.
mhm.
Because the
Yeah.
other
I mean,
show's
here's the
like
thing. I'm already
8
watching
seasons.
Knights Seven Kingdoms first, so you
Yeah.
know.
No, I mean once that's over and everything.
Right,
But
exactly.
Yeah. So once that's over there, I'm gonna start watching House of the Dragon. I'll be catching up on the same thing.
yeah, I
I
gotta
actually
watch it
want
too.
to
Actually,
watching Night
so
of the Seven Kingdom, and I can't believe I would say this. I never thought I would go back to the show. I kind of want to rewatch
The
Game of
Game of
Thrones for the
Thrones.
beginning. Like,
Mhm.
I've been wanting to. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. Yeah, I've been wanting to throw it back on, and I may
it's
just
been
do
thinking
that
about
as
me.
a background show. But
Oh, AJ says you was funny last night.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of,
know. Yep.
yeah.
yeah, kind
Also,
of has a good
Retro, I don't
sense
know
of
if you're
humor.
still there, but I don't know when any of those updates happen. I'll try playing it again, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's hard because my PlayStation can only have so many things downloaded on it.
yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, it's cool to feel like this way about Game of Thrones. I want to rewatch Game of Thrones in general because Luke, you brought up something interesting about about when we were talking about Star Wars last night. You were talking about so you've been watching a lot of people that break down like the swordsmanship of things,
Right.
right? And I'm really excited because I know it might be a while till we get it, but I wanted to rewatch Game of Thrones because I know that the guy that is going to take the replace of Balon Skull from Ray Stevenson is, I believe he's the Hound in Game of Thrones. So I'm gonna look
Cool.
back and see some of the battles and see like,
Love the
uh,
Hound.
yeah, I love the Hound. The Hound's great. I also go back to Game. I try to go back to Game of Thrones again because I just love the. My favorite event in the entire show is probably the Battle of the Bastards. I
Yeah, it's
I
a great
I,
one.
I really love it. I really think it's great. That's the other thing that's really cool, Kenna, is like before they get to the really terrible stuff in the last season,
Mhm.
this show has like battles on a scope like you've never seen. Like
That's true.
they spent a lot of money, and like it's crazy too because you look at
Even
it
in the
like
final season, honestly,
yeah.
there's some really cool parts for sure.
Yeah, the one thing that really bothered me about the final season, I know, and I won't spoil it, just being vague with it, was I really wish we would have better lighting for the final showdown with the Night King.
Yeah, don't have any glare on your TV.
Yeah, don't have any
Okay.
glare on your TV.
I don't know if that can be helped, but I'll try my
It
best.
was bad, man. It was bad. Like I don't know how that happened, but it was like what? Like the battle had
I
cool
mean,
moments.
Game of Thrones season 8 or the Zack Snyder Watchmen color grading, which was
Oh, is
Dang.
that why you didn't like it? You couldn't see anything? You're like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
There
Color
were some
grading.
actually it wasn't that dark in certain scenes. I will say when it came to the big finale of it, the big fight, I'm like, okay, this is kind of lame, but no.
Did you
I mean, the
get to
best
talk
part
about
about
Watchmen, really?
No, I did not get to talk about Watchmen yet.
I mean, the best part about that Watchmen movie, I think, is just that Rorschach is awesome in that movie.
Okay, my thing about Rorschach in the movie, it is not the same as Rorschach in the comic. Zack Snyder tries to make him like this cool guy, and Rorschach is a
Yep.
cool, interesting character, but he is not a good person. He is very self-righteous, and yes,
Yep.
he does good things, or he does things for the sake of good things, right? You know, he beats up criminals, he kills murderers, he kills blah, 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 blah. But he is not kind of. He is a again, like I said, we're self-righteous, but he is a loser in a way because
Yeah.
he defends a comedian who is like the worst guy ever. I mean, I know that Osmodeus Adrian
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias, thank you. Ozymandias is the villain, right? But Rorschach is also bad as well. And that's what I like about Watchmen as a whole is that all of these characters are so flawed. That's what I really loved about the comic. It's like, okay, obviously we're following because Rorschach's the narrator and he's framed as the main character, which again I like it. I like that like you have someone who is not you know good or heart of gold like Superman, for example, but you're following him along and he's interesting and he's trying to solve this crime. And then you obviously have all the other characters like Night Owl, Dr. Manhattan, um, Juniper, who else? Oh, I know, I already said Night Owl. And then there Hollis, he was the original Night Owl. And then there was who was there? Oh, comedian, but he only shows up because it starts with his death, and then that's
Yep.
the big murder. I just think so. This is what I said in the little Discord review. So I finished the comic. Then I'm like, I'm gonna watch the Zack Snyder movie because everyone's telling me that it's like one of his good DC movies, and it's so comic accurate. And so I put it on, and at first I'm like, okay, this is from the panel, yep, this is it, beat by beat. And then as I'm getting further along, so like the first scene of the comedian being murdered, I thought that was really good, and basically the beginning I thought was just really good. And then I liked how they did I like how he did the montages of like their backstories and like the original superhero team before we meet up the team that we know. But then when it gets to when Dr. Manhattan leaves for Mars, and it's where Jupiter and Night Owl hook up, and then Jupiter goes to Mars with Dr. Manhattan, that's where I'm like, I think we're missing some things that should have been kept in the movie, or kept like things from the comic to be in the movie, especially when it comes to the backstories or the motivations. Like I feel like the motivations for the characters, why they act the way they do, doesn't hit as hard as the movie, because it feels like the comic accuracy in the movie is just like, well, this is a scene that just happens in the comic. We just reshot the comic scene. And I'm like, okay, you did that, but it just doesn't hit the same. And I also think with the Zack Snyder his style, I think it just doesn't work with the Watchmen. Like the vibe doesn't fit, where like there's some, like again, the color grading, it's all like gray and blue, which is fine, but then when you look at the comic book of Watchmen, and now comic books are always typically colorful, but it had this weird kind of orange and pink and yellow kind of coloring, and it really showed that almost otherworldly like vibe and kind of messy team that the Watchmen are, and it just translated well. While with the gray and and the blue and the greens, and like yes, it shows the dark grittiness of the world that they are in, but it does not fit the Watchmen themselves. And I think like again the final fight. So obviously they changed the ending. So instead of Ozzy doing like this alien creature that kills half of New York, he does what does he do? It's like he does something
Giant
else.
hole.
Yeah, some
It
giant
just like
hole.
makes the
Yeah.
city go away essentially.
Right. And I'm like, okay. And then there's a scene where, Rorschach and Night Owl, try to fight him off first. And there's like a scene where like, okay, I will say the slow-mo shots. So the slow-mo shots in the beginning of the movie, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. But there's a scene where Night Owl throws a chair at Ozzy, and they slow-mo or no, or it's Ozzy throws a chair, and I don't know, someone throws a chair at one of each other, okay? And they do a slow-mo shot of the chair being thrown, and I said, that is unnecessary. It is a chair. Why do we do? I get a slow-mo punch. That happened. That made
Yeah,
sense.
this
And then
is
it
why
cuts to a slow-mo
everyone
chair.
made fun
Yeah.
of Zack Snyder for the slow-mo stuff. Yeah. So
And yeah, that's why I'm like, I would rather rewatch Man of Steel than rewatch The Watchmen. And I watched the extended cut. I made sure that I watched the extended cut first. So yeah, I mean, again, it's comic accurate and it's good only because it's just shot by shot scenes of some of the panels in the comic book.
How long is the extended cut?
It's 3 hours.
Oh, so we need another 4-hour cut? Okay, good to know.
Make it 9 hours.
true Snyder cut of Watchmen, please.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just like, I listen, I'm trying to be, I wanted to like this movie because I'm trying to be more open-minded with Zack Snyder, because again, I still think that he could probably do a good DC project if he were to collab with James Gunn for the DCU.
I just think he needs to be shackled. Just set him in the room, put him in the chair, and so you can help.
It's just when I'm like, okay, this is his supposed good DC movie, and it's not even that good. So I'm just not impressed yet. I'll watch his 300 movie. I'll watch that soon and see what I think, because maybe Zack Snyder is a good director. Just maybe he can't do superheroes that good.
I think it might be like I like.
I know.
Get out of here!
I literally flipped my phone off my desk for a hot second.
I like the 300 movies. I think the 300 movies are pretty cool.
I'll just watch the first one. I'm not gonna get super into it. I'm just gonna like, let's see what he really is. Like, let's see his actual work, like what he can do. Yeah. I'm just not impressed with his DC stuff yet. That's really it.
I am gonna be rereading Watchmen and watching the Watchmen movie
Mm-hmm.
before the next episode, and I will have my rebuttal
All right, I'm ready.
or agreement. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually also I want to watch the HBO Watchmen show as well.
Yeah.
That's been on my list too. Damn, we lost Kenna.
So I told her get out of here.
That's been on my list.
What happened?
I have no idea.
I don't know what happened. My thing about Watchmen was especially like how I said, like it misses the heart of the motivation for these characters, specifically for Juniper, because Juniper, she has this great. There's like, okay, so the twist is for Watchmen, not just the ending with Ozzy, but this twist with Juniper is that Comedian is her biological father. And what makes that so disheartening for her is that Comedian was known for a rape attempt on her mother, who is the original. I think her superhero name was like Spectre. Oh my god, I just had it. She had some superhero name. And then later on after that, like a few years down, then her mom and Comedian did hook up, and then obviously Juniper, she was born. Laura is her name, her real name, her first name. It just came to me. Juniper is just a nickname. Laura, she learns that Comedian is her father. She puts two and two together when she's on Mars with John, because she's trying to convince John to come back to Earth to save them, because John thinks that he gives everyone he loves cancer, which was proven false. That was just a thing to get Ozzy's plan to just get them apart for his plan to work. And they do that in the movie too, but there's this scene in the comic where Laura is thinking through her childhood, and there's a scene where she has with this snow globe, and it represents how she feels in the world and her relationship with her mom, and and her being a superhero, because her mom trained her to be a superhero, but she never really wanted to be one. And they don't have that in the movie. And I think that maybe, again, even though I'm saying like, yeah, it's comic accurate because it's just shot by shot reshot scenes for the panels, I think that though, because that was so important to her backstory, that should have been kept in for a little bit. They also changed some things that I noticed with Rorschach, and it's just small things, like when he's doing the blot test with the doctor, and he's saying like, "Oh, it looks like beautiful flowers," even though he's thinking about that, killing the dogs because he found the guy who killed that little girl. Or when he was younger, and his mom was a prostitute, and there were kids who were bullying him. In the comic, he stabs the kid's eye, but then in the movie he like bites off his cheek instead. And then there's also a scene with his mom that it just doesn't hit as hard the same, where he walks in and she has a client and he's thinking that he's hurting her, but he's like, "Oh, what, you got a kid in here?" And then she blames Rorschach for the failed client, and like she's like, "I should have aborted you." That's what she said in the movie. But in the comics she's like, "Oh, look what you've done, now I can't get money and now we can't survive." Like I feel like that hits harder in the comic than it does in the movie, for example. So yeah, overall I just wasn't that impressed with the movie. But I am a big fan of Watchmen now. Again, I really like the comic. And I'll try to watch the HBO Max show
what
eventually.
about, isn't
'cause
there
I
an
heard that's good.
animated? Isn't there an animated movie out there too?
There is an animated movie, and that is an adaptation of the same comic as The Watchmen. I have not watched that. Maybe I will check that out and see if that's better.
Watchmen 10.
It's just the same story. It's just the same story over and over again. Last comic.
I gotta Watchmen out of here now.
I did read the latest issue of Absolute Wonder Woman. That's the latest comic that I read. There's other issues. I think other issues for the Absolute Universe has been posted. I just have not checked them out yet. I will say the latest issue of Wonder Woman was really good. It was short, but it was good, and we get to see more Zatanna. And Zatanna, she has like her own Suicide Squad. They even call it that when she finds Diana in a museum, and it's Zatanna. We get our first look at Cheetah. We get to see Dr. Poison again. And we also get our first look, I think it's Gigantica?
Giganta?
Giganta, I mean? Yeah, sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's a big lady. All right, there's a big lady in the background.
The big lady.
And then I think maybe it's Cleo from the other previous issues, or maybe it's a different character, but there's some like fish looking person, fish queen looking person. I don't know, but it was very short, and I very like how it's Zatanna's kind of like because Val sent Zatanna to fight Wonder Woman, so that will be a very interesting dynamic in the future issues. So I'm excited to see where more of that goes. And
Okay.
I'll have to check out Absolute Batman and see
Yeah,
what
I got
his
to catch
latest
up
issue
on some
is.
Absolute stuff. Now I'm falling
Mm.
into Star Wars EU. It's like, oh no. But
So many things, so
Absolute's
many things.
definitely something easy to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
So if
It's
you
a
haven't
good
read
story
comics,
too.
if you haven't read comics in a while, you want a good starting place, Absolute DC titles right now are a good
Mhm.
starting place for sure.
Especially Absolute Wonder Woman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter. You can check out the others, which are also good, but those three are the biggest ones, most popular ones right now. So
But that's 2 hours. I
We
think
got
Yeah.
one last topic, man. You gotta forget one more thing.
Oh.
We gotta talk about Wonder Man.
Oh, right. Yeah, Wonder Man.
Oh, I
Shit.
wonder.
Well, why don't you start it
Yeah,
off, Joe?
you start it off, Joe.
Okay, so I watched Wonder Man first, because I watched it the opening night it came out. They dropped all 8 episodes, and a lot of people have kind of been kind of skeptical of this show because some people think that this was a part of the old era when Bob Chapek and Bob Iger kind of were trading blows on who was gonna rule over the Middle Earth of Disney. And so it's kind of a whole thing. And I gotta say,
It was made a while ago, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised because it didn't feel like it was stitched together like some of the other projects that they just threw out there. And it didn't feel like that a lot of the other projects, a part of their old regime. It feels like something new and fresh. And I like that, to be honest, in this world, and I saw a lot of people saying this, even though the show is called Wonder Man and Wonder Man is a superhero, it's not really a superhero show.
Right.
And I kind of like that. I really do like that this show turned Trevor Slattery into, instead of just being the most hated man in Iron Man 3 and then becoming like a comedic icon in the Shang-Chi movie, they gave him like this really good supporting arc where the whole show is like these two want to become actors, or the one guy is an actor. They're trying to help Simon Williams get to be an actor, but then there's background stuff going on, like he might be working with the evil organization, and like also I like that this show doesn't have, even though like technically Wonder Man has enemies, they don't have really supervillains. They dive more into damage control, which has been around since I believe it was Homecoming. But Tony Stark used to own them, and now there's a power vacuum, and now they're owned by someone else who will be debuted
Okay.
in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So we haven't seen the big boss yet. So this is just a small part, but these guys have been kind of causing problems ever since I think it was Miss Marvel's when they first really started poking around at figuring out superhero characters and mutants and everything. But just the idea of the premise of this being inside Hollywood. And I think that it's kind of funny that they got the guy that played Black Manta from the Aquaman movies to be the lead Marvel character. And I love that, this whole show is show run by the guy that did Shang-Chi, because everyone knows I have lots of praise to say for Shang-Chi, and it's also the same guy that's doing Spider-Man. And now he's two for two, because he's got two really good projects and people seem to like it. And I like how this hold on, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta run to the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
In 1 second.
What'd you think about the
No worries,
acting in
man.
Wonder Man?
I like it a lot when they like act, though. You know what I mean? Like big time. But why don't you tell us what you think about Wonder Man?
I think the acting's really good too. I really liked when they, audition for the movie that they're doing in the show.
Right.
No, really though, the actual acting for the TV show is good, but
What
then
I've been saying.
yeah, exactly.
Literally what I've been saying all week.
I know. The acting, like, especially like Joey brought it up, like Trevor and Simon, like I really do think Trevor's relationship with Simon is a big highlight of the show, and I think that's really what kept me invested for it. Because again, the story isn't grand yet, but I am interested to see where it goes more in season 2. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good show. I'm just not as into it as others are, but I don't think it's bad. I would never describe it as bad. It's
Do
just
you
not what I'm
see
into.
Wonder Man making any kind of appearance in Doomsday?
Oh, actually, I heard some post about that. So maybe I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet it happens.
Yeah.
Just because.
I will say like Trevor, because Trevor's the fake Mandarin, as you
Right.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor, he has his story is like, yeah, he is he's trying to get evidence on Simon that he is a superhero of some kind, because there's a new rule that superheroes can't work as actors, because there was this episode about this guy who became like a doorman, and he has like portals through his stomach, and people can just like go through him. And then there
Right.
was an incident that Josh Gad made a cameo. If you don't know who Josh Gad is,
Yeah, I don't really.
he voices Olaf in Frozen, and he's LeFou
Oh,
in the
Olaf,
live action
right.
Belle. Yeah,
No,
and
I
he's
have
been
no
in many
idea.
other things too, but that's his prominent Disney stuff. And so there's a bit where he's
Let it
filming.
go.
Yeah, let it go. Yeah. He jumps through Doorman's portal, and then he's stuck. He doesn't go out in the other side. So essentially, Doorman like eats him. Like Josh Gad is like canonically maybe dead in the MCU.
Hmm.
And it's not even Josh Gad is playing another actor. Like it is Josh Gad. Like he plays himself essentially.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, exactly.
and
Because,
they do that stuff with other actors. They do that stuff with other actors and some directors too that appear. I would say this show is definitely a cameo for like filmmakers, less of a
yeah,
cameo
you
show of
film buffs will
superhero.
really like this one big time. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than like a superhero cameo, which honestly I think that works better, because if there was a superhero cameo in Wonder Man, it would be like, okay. Okay. Like if Spider-Man showed up, I would be like, eh, you know.
Dazzler.
Honestly, I would love Dazzler because she's like a pop star. Honestly, I remember I was watching the Doorman episode with my dad, and he's like, "Is that Cloak?" And I said, "No, it's not Cloak, because if it was Cloak, where is Dagger?" And then I was like, "You know that their plot has to do with them doing drugs?" And he's like, "Yeah, they would never do that. They would never. They would never promote drugs, Disney." And
Yeah,
it's like,
that or it like would be part of their backstory, not currently where they are, and maybe they
exactly,
make
it is.
mention of it, type of
No.
thing.
I also like brought up, it's like, well, Deadpool 3 made a bunch of cocaine jokes. So I think we can have a origin story for Cloak and Dagger to be accurate, that they did drugs and
And
then they
some
became
kind of
superheroes.
like, what's that? Like more mature rated comic series Marvel used to do. Um, is it Marvel Knights?
I would not know.
Something like that. And it would be really cool to see like the same way that DC's doing Elseworlds, like
Mhm.
Marvel take on like their own type of like darker stories in this other like not part of canon
Mhm.
medium, whether it's animated or live action, to the side. Like I would love that, and it would allow just like so many of our stories don't go there with Marvel like we want them to. You
Mhm.
know,
The darker,
uh,
yeah, more serious
right.
tone.
But I'm
Yeah.
glad people are liking Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Something everyone's talking about, different. Not everyone loves it, right? But like it's
I wouldn't
being
say not
well
everybody.
liked.
I mean, I guess I've seen a lot of good reviews for it, but yeah, there's certainly some people who don't really care about Wonder Man. So yeah.
Sure.
No,
Our
I
Wonder
was.
Man fanatic has disappeared for our Wonder Man segment. It's
I know.
kind of funny.
I don't worry. I can still talk more about it. I
Me
do
too.
have one. I know you can, about the
I
acting.
could. Yeah, no. Well, they just the cameos and the acting and the
The acting within
actors.
acting, like the
Yeah,
process of
no.
auditioning. Yeah.
For me though, one thing I will say is it would have been cool to maybe like have the suit, like the real deal, all happen before the last episode. I would have liked something like that. That would have been cool.
Right. Wonder Man is
Um,
on my list. Yeah, Retro. Whenever you can, watch it. It's
yeah,
a good show. It's nice to
it's
put it on.
honestly, dude, it can fly by so fast that it's like you didn't even see it. Like it's just that it's a quick watch in a way, compared to some of these other MCU shows. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I will say because it's episode 8, and you're just gonna go through them. Yeah, I get that. I would agree.
Right.
Even though I didn't watch it all in one night when it dropped because I was tired, but I will say it's kind of a bit
Why
of a
not?
slow start at first. I was tired. It's a bit of a slow start at first, but it gets good. It gets good. What else? I was gonna say, oh yeah, back to like the doorman thing with my dad is like, is that Cloak? And I was like, no. First of all, that's not how his powers work. I was like, I play Marvel Rivals. I think I know Cloak and Dagger more than you do. I was like,
Watch it end up being Cloak though.
no, God. No, I was like, I forgot what doorman's name is in the show, but I'm like, that is not Cloak's name because Cloak's name is Tyrone, and the guy in the show had a different name. So he's like, oh, okay. I love Percy Jackson. Can't wait for season 3 this year. Was it season? Yeah, season.
What about those little white boys?
Those little white boys. They irritate me.
Let's hear it.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, so the guy who played this is relevant to why you brought up Percy Retro. The guy who plays Percy Jackson apparently made a comment that he wanted to play Nightwing in DC. And then I saw another post last night about Asher Angel, who played the Billy the Little Kid version of Shazam in the Zachary Levi movies. Apparently, he got jacked and also said that he wants to play Nightwing. And I'm just gonna reread what I said on Discord because I think that will be more accurate. I said, I gotta let this out. I hate when little white boy actors all of a sudden get popular or muscular and then say stupid shit like they want to be Nightwing. Bitch, your fugly ass is not playing Nightwing or any Robin for that matter. And I said, it feels like this tweet, and this is a tweet by Dua Lipa. When an ugly stranger calls you twin, no, bitch. That is how I feel like if Nightwing was real.
To pick up the phone. In case you don't know. In case you're
you
old
don't know
like
Dua
me.
Lipa. No. Yeah, I'm just like, no offense to these actors. Well, kind of. Because why did you pick Nightwing as the character that you want to play? But, no, I don't think they have the chops for it. That's truly what I mean to say, is that they're not as good looking as Nightwing. Nightwing is going to be a pain to cast because you have to cast a dude who can fight, who is a gymnast, and also like someone incredibly hot. Like Nightwing is like good looking, canonically good looking in the comics. And no offense to Asher Angel and whatever I forgot his name. It's like something with a W who plays Percy. They're not hot enough to play Nightwing. And I'm sorry, they're scrawny. Dylan O'Brien, let me look this up. Dylan O'Brien.
I like how this is fitting more of a like a sexual appearance satisfaction than anything else. They need to be hot. They're not hot enough.
Usually I'm not like this at all, but it's very important for Nightwing. Nightwing needs. You want this guy to be Nightwing? Okay.
She's like, wait, hold on. Actually, this guy's not that bad.
No, I'm pulling a side-by-side comparison. Well, hold up. It depends on what kind of Nightwing we're going for. So, let's see. Trying to see comic or cartoon Nightwing. I'm trying to pick. All right, okay.
Probably
this
comic.
is a picture. Picture comic. I don't know if you can see it well. It's kind of blurry.
Not
it's not
really,
focusing.
but we know what he looks like.
You know what he looks like.
That was a little funny. That was definitely a bit funny. He almost looks like an island boy in the comparison to Nightwing of that. I feel like,
Sorry, guys,
Oh,
I'm back.
Joe!
What's up?
I thought we were
I'm
gonna have to
sorry,
end without
Retrolad.
you.
I respectfully disagree with your fan cast as Nightwing. I think Kevin Alvis as Travis from Yellowjackets.
I was gonna say Travis from Yellowjackets. Actually, I think he should be Nightwing. I do. I'm right there with you.
At first, I thought of him as Tim Drake, but then you said Nightwing,
I've
and
been on that.
I'm like, wait,
He's perfect.
because
If he just got chiseled.
if he can just, yeah. Because here's the thing: is that before he was an actor, this is where the gymnast thing comes in. He used to do figure skating. And I just think that's close enough.
Close enough.
Close
He's
enough.
dainty.
He's dainty and he's good looking and he's not like a random white boy, scrawny little white boy.
He's crossed all the boxes.
Yes.
So there you go.
All he needs to do is audition. He can be any Robin.
He already has
That's
a
my
role.
thing. That's my thing is that
casting.
that's my thing about like the Percy Jackson guy and Asher Angel is like you guys think you can be Nightwing, but I don't think you can be any Robin whatsoever. Maybe Percy Jackson kid could be fucking no, actually no. Nope. Nope.
I don't want him either. No, I don't want him either.
Nope. Anyways, sorry, we got off track.
Yeah,
back
we
to
had
Wonder
to keep
Man.
going, Joe. Yeah, Joe, give us your wrapping thoughts on Wonder Man.
Oh, I'm sorry I had to disappear in a hurry, guys. But I loved it. I think it's a fresh start for Marvel doing something new and fresh, and I really enjoy that. I hope I think it will be a while before. I did see that I think there was somewhere where the actor let slip that that I guess he might be in Doomsday, which I thought was interesting that the actor that played Wonder Man hinted at that.
Yeah, I brought that up actually. Yeah.
So that's interesting. But yeah, whenever we see him next, I'm excited because in the comics, I don't know how much you guys know about Wonder Man, but he's part of West Coast Avengers. So
might see that a little bit.
About that.
And Wonder Man was an original, I believe it was George Perez. He's an original George Perez character back in the day. So he's a pretty big deal. The show, you wouldn't know this because you have to look for all the Easter eggs, but his brother in the show, who's been such a jerk to him, right?
Right.
You guys know who that guy becomes, right?
Oh, his brother? Yes.
Yeah, so his brother's Grim Reaper.
Oh,
In
right.
the comics. Yeah, so hopefully they'll do something with that in the future. I'd like to see that. I've always wanted to see Grim Reaper. WandaVision teased me with it, and then they went nowhere with it.
Where does this stand for you in ranking of MCU shows?
Well, I've kind of decided that. So I was talking to people about this the other day, and so I decided that people talk about the MCU shows and they talk about like what's MCU canon and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a bunch of people saying that since there was references to the Netflix stuff and now the Netflix stuff are now basically fully canon and everything with Daredevil and stuff.
Oh yeah.
People are now saying that Daredevil is an MCU show. So now Loki and everything else is below Daredevil. So for me, I will put Wonder Man. It's in at least the top 5. That much I can say.
Let's say Disney made MCU shows.
Right. Oh, if we're just doing Disney only?
Yeah.
If we're doing Disney only, then because I know Ken and I have talked about Loki back and forth. Of Disney only, it's probably in the top 3.
Honestly, yeah, I liked Wonder Man more than I liked Loki.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate to say, because I really wanted to like the Loki show, but
I liked Loki season 1 enough. Season 2, you lost me.
Season 2 was such a bore. Oh my god. Kill Sylvie.
I think you might get your wish in Doomsday, Ken. I think she's finally gonna go.
Yeah.
I
was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about they can't kill Loki again, so I was trying to think like what could Doom do to get Loki to get the powers away. and we just heard that Mobius was gonna actually be in Doomsday as well. So Doom's either killing both of them or he's definitely killing Sylvie. I think he'll kill Sylvie because
Mo-
of
They're
the
gonna
fact
morb.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
morb.
morb in fucking Doomsday,
Morbin
dude.
time.
Keep that
Morbin
guy out of
time.
this. Keep that guy out of this. Unless
What do you
they're
go-
recasting him, then
what
keep
do you
him
got
out of
with
it.
it's not that guy. It's the what's his name? Owen Wilson guy.
Oh, Mobius.
Yes.
I
Oh,
thought you said.
Mobius. Sorry, not
I thought you said
Morbius.
Morbius.
No, fuck that Jared Leto piece of shit, trash walking
Yeah, no,
vampire.
keep him out of it.
Mobius,
Keep him out of
Mobius.
it.
He's gonna
Owen
instead of
Wilson's
I wanna
Morbin,
fine.
instead of Morbin time, it's Mobin.
The only time I want to see
He should say
that
Yeah.
vampire loser is when Blade shows up to cut his head off. That's the only. That's the.
They should do that. That would be great.
Just,
I think we're gonna morb out of here, though.
Yeah, I think this is the end.
I think this is the time. The time has
All
come.
right.
It's
Thanks for
Morbin
watching,
time.
guys. Episode 48. We'll be back next week, same bad time, same bad channel. We'll
Yes,
catch
sir.
you. And take care of yourselves. Have a good one.
Yep.
See you later.
Bye bye.
That's a Game Boy production.